We always keep doing that.
Yeah, I'm used to having the audio on. I'm Sean. This
I'm
is
Rich.
Rich. Welcome to the Paragon City stream.
Yep, we got Legacy Round 1 going on. What title do we need to change there, Patrick?
Hey, let me see something.
Is it still set up as...
Wait.
Okay, so we've got Eric playing on the left. He's going to be playing Death Dex. This is, I think, his first time really trying it out. He usually plays Deathblade. And Jordan is playing Sultai Control on the right. So, yeah, this is Legacy FNM.
Get out of that before it echoes. Sweet. You see a forest turn 1 with a...
Noble Hierarch. So Jordan looks like he might be playing a little bit of an older list. I don't know if a lot of the Sultai decks have gone back to Noble Hierarchs, though.
Well, I think what they're doing is they play more... They play Noble Hierarch and Deathrite Shaman, skip the 2-drops, and just jam all of the true names and the Leovolds that they can.
Yeah, right. They just try to, instead of skipping, like, they skip the 2-drop a little bit to just go for the 3, right? That's pretty rough. That's a really, really good start for Jordan right there.
Yeah.
Really, really good start. I'm not surprised he swords the Noble Hierarch. I would probably swords the Deathrite. Then again, I think the idea is that Jordan... Eric's just keeping Jordan off of his lands as much as possible, and Jordan doesn't gain life, which is part of it too.
It's a
Thalia come down.
He gets a little bit punished because he doesn't swords in. He didn't swords right away,
On
so
his
he
turn.
could have denied him that Deathrite Shaman.
Right, or possibly the Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
Too, which is pretty rough. Yeah.
Human.
Yeah, it's obviously human. Usually what they want to be naming with death and taxes. Very rarely do we see it named anything else. Unless they want to stick their Stoneforge Mystic or something against control, but even then, not very often. Jordan thinking about his draws on his library.
The aggro deck is pretty prohibitive of drawing extra cards, so it's just probably just a reorder here, and that's what we see.
So you can jam the true name right here, which is really rough. Eric has no real way to deal with that true name nemesis.
Yeah, it's kind
other
of
than
kind of
Council's Judgment.
Yeah, and that's usually a sideboard card.
Right.
It's kind of a blind spot for Death and Taxes.
Hey Jorgensen, how's it going?
He can fly over it, but I think right now his plan feels pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, Eric kind of at that point needs to kind of race a little bit, and True Name Nemesis does a pretty good job of racing.
So do you think... Okay, so... Sarah Avenger can't come down yet, or can it?
This is turn 3. Sarah Avenger, I believe, can't be cast until turn 4. No, it can be cast, it just can't attack or block.
I think it's cast.
Let's look.
So it's either Stoneforge Mystic or... Yeah, he goes with the Stoneforge Mystic. I think the other one he was thinking about was Phyrexian Revoker.
To name that death, right? There's no lands in the graveyard
He's
yet.
already behind, though.
Yeah.
And so I think he chose the right decision with the Stoneforge.
And definitely going and grabbing the Sophie, this Sword of Fire and Ice, is really house right here, too.
He can get past, and he can kill that death right before it really causes him any problems.
And you're right, it's you can't cast
YouTube.
during
Did we get it fixed?
second, third. Yeah.
No.
No.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So Restream.io.
Where do you mean? Where is it at?
Oh yeah, no, we have a sweet little program for what's up everybody?
Chat, right?
Yeah, it runs the chat and
That's
it streams, so you're probably missing the Facebook
Oh, that's probably
That's
what
my
it is.
bad, yeah.
as well.
It's all good.
Can we bookmark these so in bar we can just click on this stuff?
Sure, unable to connect. So yeah, so we're not gonna be on Facebook tonight. Yeah, so Legacy FNM.
I'm glad you caught that. And we keep doing the no sound thing too. I don't know what's up with us
It's
having
all
technical
good.
difficulties. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, I thought I fixed it. That should fix it. Social alerts
Do that and go
sends
back
out
to it.
streaming.
Spicy Thoughtseize to get the equipment he just tutored.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Live Legacy. Sorry, I'm kind of like in here.
Oh, no,
Oh, it's fine. You're
good.
fixing it.
I thought we got everything, but apparently we didn't.
Oh, good.
We're still learning all this stuff.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got the
That's really rough. Eric really needed to see that Sword of Fire and Ice to be able to get through that True Name Nemesis.
Yeah. I think that kind of locks up the game.
Yeah. So
But
is that a
we
wasteland?
can see. He could still race it with, like, flyers. He has a flyer in his hand, like, right now. That looks like a Rashadan port.
Oh,
Or
it's
no.
is it a Judge promo Rashid import?
Whoa. That might be.
It might be. That's what it looks like.
He is a
I
judge.
mean, yeah, he is an L2,
He's a
so...
judge. He's an L2. It's fairly
In
likely
fact, I
that
have
that's
to
what
probe
it is.
them. I have to probe our judges around here to see if they have the
Oh no.
any Feldons or what's the other command beacon. So I'm trying to foil out already,
Ah, gotcha.
and yeah,
It's pretty sick.
the only foils of those two cards are judge foils. So, right, well, have a good stream,
You never
guys.
know.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out
We
to Bay Area
appreciate it.
Eternal.
What other
Bay Area Eternal.
Bay
Bay
Area
Area.
Eternal.
Those guys are sweet. I watched their stream last night.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Judge promo Rish import.
beautiful.
Very cool card.
Is that Emrakul in the background?
It almost looks like Emrakul. Yeah, it almost does.
Okay, so we did see the thing named Deathrite Shaman, the Revoker.
Revoker, yeah. Looks like there's an Abrupt Decay that came down for the Thalia a couple turns ago too. So we're all caught up. Sorry about that confusion there, you guys. Just trying to get everything set up.
A useless second Caracas in his hand, is that what that is?
Yeah. Krax is not doing a whole lot of good right here, unfortunately. Sanctum Prelate. Probably
This is a counter if he's got a counter. Oh,
No, gonna get Fatal pushed.
yeah.
Yeah, because I bet that he could probably name one, but at the same time that gets rid of
Typically.
Swords to Plowshare too.
That's true, but
So, I think
you're
he's-
not excited about
I
Swords to
think- I think
Plowsharing
he's
anything
still-
at this point.
Right,
You
I
just
think
want
he's still
to
just
race the
name
true
one.
name. Yeah.
It shuts off Brainstorm, shuts off Ponders, Fatal Pushes.
He says 2.
Does he say 2?
Yeah, he just
He just did
motioned for 2.
Okay. And we don't have our text. So interesting.
He plays a second Caracas to leave up more mana, I think. Is that what just happened? Yeah. Oh, he played a second Caracas to play his Sarah Angel.
Oh wow, that was weird.
And that kind of makes the Deathrite Shaman better. So it's like a double-edged sword there. I think it's worth it.
To do what?
He played his second Caracas, sacking his first one, so he could play an extra spell this turn. But that turns on Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, it makes Deathrite Shaman able to like. I mean, it's for one more land though.
Yeah, yeah.
Thing. Unlike George already got 4 lands. He doesn't really need 5 unless he wants to hard cast
Definitely.
a Forcible anyway. Which I mean, he did just look at a Forcible on his side. But the problem is, I guess you could.
He's also got
Forcible
Cavern, so
Well, yeah, but I mean, we know that Eric's got a Jitte in his hand, so he could Forcible that potentially. But he's not going to because Self-Forge Mystic's going to put it in play anyway.
yeah.
So the land's kind of not really relevant right now.
Yeah, I can totally agree with this decision.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
just a little bit interesting.
So Jordan also saw. I think there was a Noble Hierarch and something else too. I think there was an Abrupt Decay. Is that what we saw? It's hard to tell. Which you won't be able to cast
I'm
the
like
Abrupt.
trying to get over
If
here
it is an
as if
Abrupt-
this
yeah, if that's
monitor
gonna
has angles.
help out at all.
It's not
anyway.
3D.
Yeah. Unfortunately. There we are. And yeah, so even if he did draw Abrupt Decay, he can't cast it because the Sanctum Prelate prevents him from being able to cast it anyway.
Huh.
Because it doesn't counter the ability, it just makes, or sorry, the spell, it just makes it so he can't cast it.
So the
Which is
Jitte,
more relevant.
yeah, the Jitte on the Sarah Angel is a way for him to win this
Gonna
game.
be- oh, definitely. Especially because he can kill the Deathrite Shaman with it, he can gain life, he'll be able to gain 4 life a turn.
That's definitely why he
Maybe.
named 2,
Definitely, yeah. I
just
think
for Abrupt Decay.
keeping Abrupt Decays off the table, yeah. And even maybe like Hymn to Turok possibly too,
Yeah,
just in
'cause
case. I think that the Hymn to Turoks are primarily used in the Sultai Delver lists though, not in the control.
But still, any discard spell would get the Jitte that's going to win him the game out of his hand.
Yeah, but I'm confused. But the Sanctum Prelate, because of name 2, the only
Yeah.
spell that Jordan would have cast would be Hymn-to-Trarch, but I'm saying like Hymn-to-Trarch's more in Delver.
I know,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just a double. Two's just very good.
Yeah. And a Mother Runes.
Mother of Runes,
pretty
yeah. That means that the Sanctum Prelate can start getting in for damage.
Yeah, I think
maybe.
I think you just jam that and do that anyway. Yeah, that puts Eric pretty far ahead here. The question is, does he want to kill a Deathrite Shaman? I feel like I would want to.
I don't think so because of all the reasons we just listed, and the Angel would have been lethal for 7 next turn. Okay, never mind. I forgot that
'cause
the
Death
Deathrites.
Shamans can
Yeah, the
activate.
Deathrites.
Yeah, so that's 2, 4, 6,
Okay.
7, 8, 9. That would have been a 9 lethal that next turn. Like, that would have been, you know what I mean? So he'd have to either keep it to stay alive or to kill a Deathrite Shaman.
You're right.
And even then, I mean, he can attack with the Sanctum Prelate next
Yeah.
turn anyway, unless Jordan keeps up the Trinity Nemesis. So, and Stoneforge Mystics also can attack too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing that is, you know what I mean. So
And
it's
he's only got
extra
so many
damage.
blockers.
Right. That's 3, 4, 5. I mean, Eric has lethal on board right now. I mean, of course, obviously, unless Jordan decides to keep blockers up. But he could block a Stoneforge Mystic with the Death Ray and activate. And
Yeah,
gain
we
some
called-
life back.
we
There's
called-
another True Name Nemesis on the top of Jordan's deck. He's got 2. It looks like 2 fetches, 2 Blue Deltas, and a True Name. So he's gonna draw the True Name. Probably cast that guy.
Seems good.
Good attack.
Swing with the
though.
other one.
Go to Eric's going to 4. Keep a black-green source up on Jordan's side. Play this True Name Nemesis.
Oh yeah, and if he had been able to untap with those Deathrites, he would have just
He would have just killed him that turn.
killed him for
Yeah, he needed to remove the Deathrite Shaman or keep up.
I spoke way too soon without
Keep it
thinking.
up to gain some life. Yeah. Because that would have been exactly lethal right here. So Eric attacks. A little surprised he didn't swing in with guys that I don't know why I'm talking because the training nemesis is there. I just realized.
You could try to overwhelm it a little bit, but I don't think that's exciting or good.
Yeah, Eric's in a little bit of trouble, I think.
You can gain 4, right? And so put him up to 8. And
So he's gonna go to 2. He can gain 4, go to 6, and then True Names kill him.
yeah. So Jordan,
So unless Eric has a Swords to Plowshare in his hand,
which seems doubtful.
which seems very, very doubtful.
Just do I kill you? Yep.
Yep. Looks like Eric's gonna lose that
Close game.
That was really close. That was very, very, very close. Jordan's finding that second True Name Nemesis off the top was pretty rough.
Yeah,
I
right
almost,
in the nick of time.
See, I almost wonder if Eric, even if he attacked with his team, though, I guess it really wouldn't have mattered because then True Name would have just blocked the Sanctum Prelate, and then I guess Squire would bump with the Squire, and he would take him 1 extra damage and would have gone to 2. Like,
Yeah.
that's not ideal, right?
I think, yeah, things ended up for Jordan right in the nick of time. He just drew exactly what he needed.
Yeah.
We counted. I counted out.
Definitely swung out
I have
the other
I have a
way.
tendency of like seeing a true name and be like, oh, the other person's out of the game, and I say it like way too early. But
But it happens a lot, especially
Yeah.
against decks like Death and Taxes and things like that really don't have an effective way of dealing with the True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, it's basically like, can Eric start racing the True Names? Right?
and he ended up
he
assembling.
almost- a lot of the things to kind of get there, yeah. Unfortunately, just Jordan got some Death Rates, which, you know what I mean, are 2 unblockable damage every turn, which is kind
or
of
2
rough.
life, which
Or
is also
2 life,
relevant in
which could have kept Jordan alive long enough to actually kill Eric too. Yep. Yeah, that was a really, really close game. Eric's deciding what he wants to sideboard. Jordan's deciding what they want to sideboard. Let's see. Eric's gonna definitely take out probably his Thought Seizes and things like that.
You mean Jordan?
Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you guys back.
What
Got another
Tosai.
F&M legacy going on.
I think Eric is definitely going to sideboard in, as always, the Council's Judgments.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
It's
Yeah,
just
Council
like-
Judgment's really good.
a windmill slam in this
I'm
matchup.
curious to know if he's running Ruined Halos or not. We'll see. I also think that, I'm a Rest in Peace guy. I would bring in the Rest in Peace. Just
I think
'cause it
that's
also
good.
shuts off. So there's a Mirror Crusader, Council Judgment. He's bringing in another Sarah Avenger. Mirren Crusader he's debating on, it looks like.
The Pithing Needle he's thinking about?
He's debating on the Pithing Needle, because you can name Deathrite, which is really good too.
Yeah.
It's another way of effectively doing it. Thoughtseize is pretty good against Stoneforge Mystic. I think the trade-off is that like when you're gonna get to a point in this game where you're kind of grinding out a little bit, and you don't want to be top decking a Thoughtseize when Eric doesn't have any cards in his hand. I think there's definitely an argument to be made to keep him in. I definitely like Thoughtseize against Stoneforge Mystic because you can take away sort of Stoneforge
You have
or take away the equipment. You know.
I think it just comes down to you have to cut something for a
Yeah.
better card. And it's the one that's like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I'd rather just have the trump card.
Right, have a card that's like just a little. Well, in this game is going to be a lot about permanents. Who can stick the most permanents on the field?
Yeah.
And Thoughtseize is really good at being proactive against permanents, but not post-active, which means he's not going to be able to do a whole lot with it. Yeah, and I definitely we saw that game one with Eric going and grabbing sort of Fire and Ice, and then Jordan was able to take it away with
The Thoughtseize did
which
exactly
is
what
very
it's
very
supposed
clutch,
to do.
which is exactly what you're talking about. But I think it also depends on maybe if Jordan has another removal for the Sword of Fire Ice in the board. That would be, I think, strictly better than just keeping the Thoughtseizes in. Especially since you're on the draw. If you're on the play, it might be better. Yeah, so he's taking Dazes out. He's bringing in a Fatal Push. Oh, wow, that was quick. Injured Explosives. Okay.
Massacre? He's bringing in Massacre.
Is that a Massacre?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the Massacre. That's pretty good, too. That's
Definitely.
really, really good against Death and Taxes.
He brought out a bunch of his Planeswalkers.
Yeah, it saw the Jaces, Lilianas. Lilianas are. I like Liliana against Death and Taxes, but I mean, I'm playing Punishing Jund where it's just always good against Death and Taxes anyway. So Liliana is just like
It does always
is
get
a
the
win
worst
more
creature,
card.
and
It goes around Mother Runes too, which is
Yeah.
kind of relevant. So
But Mother of Runes is going to be the thing that gets sacked.
probably. Well, I don't know. It depends on the circumstance in the board.
It does
but
matter on the board state, but I'd say usually.
I think if they had a Thalia, they'd almost sack the Thalia and keep the Mother Runes. It just depends on how many cards they have in hand.
Yeah.
Because protection from Punishing Fire is really good.
That's an interesting takeout. I don't know if I'd agree with that. Bringing out one of your sacrifice spells for.
I think, well, the idea is if there is oh my gosh, a Thalia out, it's a 4-mana, a
Okay.
4-mana Liliana. And I think it's the idea is
So
Jordan wants
taking
to
out
be a
your
little bit
biggest
closer.
non-creature
Yeah,
spells.
and I bet maybe even Jordan might on the play versus the draw might bring the Lilianas back in. Because it'll be a little bit ahead of the curve. Versus on the draw, it's effectively going to be a much later Liliana, right?
Yeah.
And we saw him take out Dazes too, which is really good because a lot of Eric's stuff is going to be uncountable with the counter souls that we can see on Eric's side. Eric's hand's got a Plains, Caracas, Cavern of Souls, Stoneforge Mystic, Pithing Needle. He's flipping cards around. I think he's just moving the lands.
No turn one Pithing Needle.
And 2 Swords to Plowshares, which is pretty good. I like the idea of waiting.
Yeah.
Because if Jordan, for whatever reason, goes like Misty Rainforest right here. See, I agree. I like Liliana in the play as well, definitely. I like Liliana in the play as well. Yeah, but so if Jordan played like a Misty, then he might be able to go, Pithing Needle.
I definitely
and
agree
Misty
with
or
the no
whatever.
Pithing Needle.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you have 2 different mana dorks that he could play.
Right. You want to name the one that he probably sticks, right?
Yeah.
So Jordan drew a Wasteland. He's opting not to do it. He looks like he has the Abrupt Decay in his hand as well. He can't cast that currently because of that Thalia tax, but he does have it.
Ooh.
There's a Mother Runes on Eric's side too, which is pretty
The
relevant.
Caracas can also just bounce it.
Bounce to the Thalia. Yep. I would imagine. See, I would imagine in this situation though, if Jordan's gonna Abrupt Decay anything, he's gonna hit the Mother Runes
Yeah.
or keep it for.
This is like the only turn he can get that Mother of Runes, and that since the Caracas is there, that's an invincible Thalia.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. Although it might be worth keeping the Abrupt Decay also for
Equipment?
equipment. Yeah, there's an argument to be made both ways, depending.
He's gonna go
He is going to
fetch.
go for the Mother Runes.
Yeah.
Which I think if you're in Eric's position, that hurts, but it's also you're okay because, like you said, the Caracas is there to protect the Thalia, and then they're debating on.
He's just making sure he paid
he's
the
paying
extra
for the
mana.
extra, yeah.
He's like, yes, I did sack 2.
But then also the fact that it could keep alive the Stoneforge Mystic, but yeah, I think that's fine.
Another Swords to Plowshares. So he has 2 in his hand still, after using 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's so good. I mean, it's not good against True Name Nemesis, but it's really good against everything else, right? Especially
Yeah.
Noble Hierarchs. We've seen Eric now twice Swords of Plowsharing Noble Hierarchs.
So this is the turn where the Thoughtseize would be useful.
Right. This one turn right here. I think Jordan does have a Brainstorm, it looks like. And he's got, it looks like a two True Name Nemesis, or Nemesi, I guess how you pluralize that.
Right, the Brainstorm's going to cost 2.
It looks like he might even have
so
it looks like he potentially might have a Pithing Needle as well.
that works pretty much the same. Because Death and Taxes doesn't have any other way besides Council's Judgment to deal with the Pithing Needle, and that feels bad, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh no, that's the Wasteland. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The yellow made me think of a Return Ravnica Pithing Needle, but it's the Wasteland that he has in his hand.
Yeah.
So I'm a little surprised he didn't opt to like Wasteland out like the Caracas or the Cavern of Souls. I mean, Cavern of Souls doesn't really help, I guess, because he brought out most of his counter spells anyway.
Yeah.
But at least hitting the Caracas makes that Thalia, you know what I mean, not blanketable. Nemesis is the plural. Nemesis. Okay, gotcha. I mean, it was like Pegasus, where it's like Pegasi, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Octopi.
Well, yeah. So the True Name Nemesis coming down is pretty hard for Eric. I think he does have the Council Judgment in his hand, though. He just doesn't have the mana for it. Yeah, 3. No, or is that Swords? I can't tell. It's hard to see. I don't know why I
probably
kept
a
doing that
sword.
thing too. I'm like looking over to try to find out and see, but
Sword.
yeah, it's 2 swords.
Yeah. Pithing Needle, Aether Vial, and yeah.
English is silly. Yeah, it's Greek.
Yeah, I definitely like doing
Oh,
the...
that is so rough.
I think he should definitely do Wasteland right now so that Council's Judgment can't hit the field.
I agree. Let's see if he does it, though. It's such a rough position to be in right there for Eric. Such a rough position to be in.
Okay, he did it.
No, he hit the
What? He hit the cavern.
Oh, he hit the cavern.
I think that's fine.
There's the Sophie.
Did he?
Well, I would have hit the Caracas, I
happened there?
think. Huh? He activates Stoneforge Mystic in response. Use the mana.
Oh, okay.
So he can't cast the Swords to Plowshare because of the Thalia attacks.
Judge.
I don't know if we can back it up or not. 4, shoot you for 2. So then Eric's actually in a really good position now to race. That's the other thing too.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
cheating. After cheating, he's in a good position.
Is it-
Should I run over there?
It might be too
It's a
late.
weird
Yeah,
call.
I would at least run over there and double check and see, because that
Just
really
just
changes
remind
the
him at
game.
least.
Yeah. The problem is by the time you get out there, it's gonna be a
It's
couple
too
turns
far,
too late.
but
Yeah.
You'll know what to do.
We're gonna go talk to Eric about that real quick. I think Eric just got excited in the moment and didn't think about it. This is also Eric's first time playing Death and Taxes that I know of in a tournament, so. English does borrow from everything, yeah. It definitely is a bastardization of a lot of languages. A lot of German, but. We are, Oh, Eric's looking at it. Eric's like, okay, yep, okay. I don't think they can back it up at this point. They might be able to, because the Swords of Plowshare would just go back to Eric's hand. They might have to get a judge ruling, though. What's a GRV? I don't know what that is. Oh, game rules violation. I know what that is. Never mind. Sorry. Did they back up?
I don't know. I left immediately. I don't think they did. I think it was too far, and neither of them caught it.
Yeah, it's technically a game rules violation, but I don't know. That's really rough. Oh, hey Tony. That's Tony. So, do we...
I don't know. I think we just leave it. Just as casters, I don't want to deal with it anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if it happens
If we
again...
had caught it like that turn, yeah. Oh, you do need to back up. All right, let me go talk to him.
Is it no backup needed, or no, backup is needed? It's too late.
Oh, it's too late.
It's too late.
Okay, that's what I thought, is that it had gone too many
I
turns.
mean, Eric would know. He's the judge.
That's what I thought, is the moment that it passed through the next turn, because it was at the end step of Jordan's turn, and then went to Eric's and then Jordan's turn, and at that point it's too late. I don't think he purposely cheated. I think it was just he did not think to pay for the taxes all.
I can understand that, because...
It happens. Like,
It happens.
You're just like, I'm going to do this in a turn. You're not thinking about the tax effect. You know, Eric's new to the deck. Jordan didn't catch it either. Even Jordan paid for his brainstorm effect that following turn. So
is Jordan at 2?
he is at 2, it looks like.
Yeah, that sword coming down is
So
like...
that's 3, 6, 9 damage. He's going to draw off of this. Yeah, with the Sword of Fire Ice trigger, he's going to draw from the Leovold.
Has to target something. That's 2.
And yeah, you're right. It does suck, especially because that puts Eric in a very, very good position here. But yeah. Okay, so then he Karakas the Leovold, which effectively just drew Jordan, I think, another card anyway. There's a Sarah. Yeah, that really...
There's
I mean,
very few cards
I don't know,
that get him out of it, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it necessarily won Eric the game with the swords. It definitely put him ahead. But Jordan also, like, he would have, gained 2 life or done 2 damage in the turn? I don't know. Yeah, if it happens again, we'll definitely go take care of it, for sure. Like, we'll rush over there and run over there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk to him after this game and just be like...
Just remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw that Eric was like, oh man, I can't believe I did that, like...
He's new to the deck, for one, and being on stream for most of these people, it's nerve-wracking. I can understand.
Yeah, you
just forgetting,
and
like...
just getting tunnel vision, too. Like,
Yeah.
First game of the night. It's all good. We'll take care of it next time. So, Jordan's in a really, really tough spot. Sarah Avenger just kills him. Thalia kills him. Stoneforge kills him. With the sword, at least. Attack for 6. Put Eric to 5. He drew a bunch of cards. Oh, he did take, I think, 1 Thoughtseize out, so he did keep another Thoughtseize in.
Is that a Thoughtseize to kill himself?
Yeah, I guess. He can't pay the 2 life.
Yeah, but doesn't he still see his hand?
I think that's the idea. Is he's just like, hey, I'm dying anyway. Like,
Yeah.
let's see what you got, maybe. You can't pay the 2 life though. That puts you to 0, so you can't pay the 2.
Oh, is it pay 2
Yeah.
life? Yeah.
It's like loss of life.
But he could. He had the 2 life.
No, because you can't go to 0 off of it. You can't. That's why you can't shock a shock land in. Yeah, you lose 2 life. Oh, maybe you can lose the 2 life, but you can't pay the 2 life. Is that how it works?
I thought it was you couldn't go under 0, but you could go to 0 since you had the 1.
I think that still kills you the moment you pay the cost anyway, so you lose.
It's not an additional cost. It's not an additional cost to play the spell.
Oh yeah, because you lose 2 life when you
Yeah,
cast
so
it.
when everything resolves,
Yeah.
you see their hand,
You see their hand, you take
lose
a card,
the life,
Yeah.
you take the card, and then state-based actions, you die.
Yeah. It's not like Shocklands is you pay 2 life when it comes to play and you can't pay the life. It's
Right.
different by losing 2 life by doing something. Like Ad Nauseam can kill you because you lose life. Alright, yeah. Sorry, Fridays. We like talk ourselves in these weird hypothetical situations or whatever. Not even hypotheticals, but just weird
It's
you know
the
what I
interesting
mean? It's
questions.
Just, yeah.
like the corner cases.
When can you cast a spell that would kill you? Like, when is it allowed? Just by the wording.
I mean, if you have Platinum Angel and a Thoughtseize in hand, and you're at 2, that is a relevant question.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if Jordan brings in the Lilianas. It looks like he did do a whole lot of sideboarding if he did. I should come into judge class. You're right. I should tune in or come in and hang out and watch it for sure. I'm a little rusty. I mean, I don't know how to do my Sylvan Library stuff, so because I rotate my cards around, which
yeah, they
that's a whole
have
different
VODs up,
conversation,
so you can go back and watch the past ones too. So you could go back and catch up, watch some past ones if you can't tune in on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
that's what I would do, since usually on Wednesday I'm pretty busy.
Yeah. YouTube, or just watch it on. Well, it's posted on the Paragon Twitch stream too.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan's got 2 true names again. He's got an Underground Sea, Fatal Push, Ponder, and I can't tell, and then Engineering Explosive.
So that's a slow land.
But he has 1 land. He could potentially try to Ponder out of it. Ooh, and he's doing it. He's doing it.
The cojones on this guy. He just sees land. Is that 3 land?
Yeah. I feel like he just
keep.
I would have probably taken the fetch, but it's all good.
He wants to play it though.
Jordan's pretty excited about that. He left the Ponder out even. He's pretty stoked about seeing the land on top there. So yeah, I think he just jammed the Trop. Yep. So want to hear weird card case? Not people know.
Thespian Stage.
Yeah, it's still a basic with this with the Thespian Stage ability. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. And if somebody goes like Pithing Needle naming Thespian Stage, you can or when they Pithing Needle, you can response and change it to something else. And then if they name Thespian Stage with it, it's actually something different, and so it's not named that card anymore. So you still can have it. Like it's not Thespian Stage, it's a Forest, and I'm gonna use Forest's ability of pay 2 mana to like change its target. That's another way of getting around Pithing Needle with lands.
That's really strange.
It's really weird. Yeah. Alright, that's a little bit late Aether Vial, but it's better than not having Aether Vial.
Better Nate than Lever.
Yeah. There's George paying for his cost down. Okay, so Eric's debating what he wants to do here. I like that it's just jamming Stoneforge, progressing your board. Especially because Jordan's going to get 2 true names out.
Yeah.
It's like...
But he does get the trump card of the sword.
Getting the sword.
And it's just like...
Unless Jordan just Thoughtseizes him, like,
I know.
Tap draws a Thoughtseize.
It's better to ask the question earlier, I feel like, when when he couldn't have drawn it yet. Like, there's less of a chance in my mind.
Right.
So, I like this.
Like, he hasn't had time to sandbag it.
So we see a Batterskull.
So maybe he already had this sort of...
I think that's a tell that he already has the sword.
I haven't... Yeah, we haven't seen his hand. Also, it might just give him more life, which doesn't matter because True Nemesis...
A sweet play would be him to Turok from Jordan, and he gets both of them at random.
Dude. Yeah, that feels really good when that happens. Ooh, swing for 4. Chest 16. Cast this other guy.
Here's another one of your worst nightmare.
He's gonna grab another land, so you can cast that True Name. Oh, did you actually talk about those on Wednesday? That's awesome. So I'm really curious about the layers thing, and I guess I should just go watch the Judge stream from Wednesday, and I'll probably know the answer to that. But just like Urborg and Blood Moon always confuse me, and I realize there's like time stamping involved, like when did what come down and in what order. But
so Wednesday they talked about ogres because ogres have layers.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Shrek references.
I know. Onions. Something about onions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eric's in a really tough spot here. He's gonna take 6 next turn. Put him at 10. He can attack for 4. Stem some of the blood flow.
What is in his hand?
He's got 2 Flicker Wisp, a Batterskull, Stoneforge Mystic, Thalia, Aether Vial, and something else.
Okay. For some reason, I was like, "There's too many cards in his hand for that to be his hand."
No, he hasn't really been casting a lot.
But that's
a Sword Splasher.
But that's his real hand.
You did use that? I'm gonna have to go watch the Judge stream now. It's happening. Let's activate Thalia. Leave the 2-mana. He activated Aether Vial on his turn to cast
play Thalia.
And it might be that he suspected that Jordan maybe brought in a Crossing Grip.
Oh. That's very possible.
But also to just attack Jordan's from any brainstorm effects or anything, you know. So in case he goes to activate in response, Jordan could just cast things. He was also tapped out.
You see a Wasteland on Jordan's side, and that doesn't
Do
really do
right
anything against the
now.
basics. It could in the future, though.
It could. The other rough thing is, if Eric creates the Germ token with Batterskull, Jordan can just play Jared for 0, activate, and get the Germ token, which would be pretty rough for Eric right now.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Clarky. No, I'm not doing that. You're funny, man.
You could do the Truffle Shuffle at least.
Worst Shovel Shuffle ever.
Okay, so Engineered Explosives comes down for 2?
2. Which clears the board right now.
Oh, it's a one-sided board wipe.
Yeah, that's really rough.
Yeah.
Your response, activate.
I think he's gonna get a creature real quick. Yeah.
And Jordan does have the 1 black for Fatal Push, which is pretty relevant.
But he doesn't have the Fatal Push, does he? Oh, he has the Fatal Push
yeah,
too.
He does.
That's
yeah.
rough.
So you can Fatal Push the Germ, which really puts Eric off a lot right now. He could have bumped up Aether Vial to 3, and so you could jam a Flicker Wisp to flicker his Batterskull.
That's the equipment that blows up equipment.
I'm a little surprised that he brought that equipment in. A lot of the Sultai control lists, I guess they do run like Jitte, but I feel like you don't care.
No.
I feel like
I don't think you bring that in.
I think True Name Nemesis is just too much of a problem for you that you would just deal with that first, you know? I'm a little surprised that he didn't uptick the Aether Vial to 3, but...
He must have just wanted to play that Stoneforge. He could have done the trick where he plays the Stoneforge in his upkeep and then ticks it up.
Oh, yeah.
And that would might have been better.
No.
But I gotta say that I'm kind of...
I think I would have just upped to 3, Flicker Wisp on my turn, or at the end of turn to get the Batterskull back, and then it'd be up. You know, when you untap it, would lose Summoning Sickness, and you could attack for 4 and at least kind of stabilize.
Third of True Name Nemesis.
Oh my gosh. People want Deathrite banned. I want True Name banned. That card's so OP. It's good, and it's somewhat kind of balanced because of the 1 toughness.
But they printed Council's Judgment specially for it.
Yeah.
You see a Council's Judgment
and Eric's
that he can't play.
Even if he did, he'd still die.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
it.
that's gonna be game.
Jordan gets the game.
That's pretty rough.
Some good games, though.
Jordan, with all of the true names, though.
Sometimes you
all
just
the true
need
names.
three ones with protection from your opponent. And the games get real easy.
Ban nothing. Yeah, I don't think they should ban anything. I think they should unban some stuff, but like Mind Twist, I think would be okay to unban.
I think the big problem with Mind Twist is I don't know. I don't think it would be too strong or anything. I think it would be not fun. Like...
You play stacks.
I took apart stacks.
You're worried about things being unfun. You play stacks.
You can
it's just ironic.
You can just draw out of stacks, though. It's not a hard lock. I don't know.
Yeah, right. It's annoying, but you can still kind of push through it sometimes.
And it's not like stacks was ever oppressive.
No. Definitely not.
But...
So we see the Pithy Needle on Jordan's side, Toxic Deluge. He did bring in the Maki's Mark. We had the same conversation last time, and I can't remember that name, but...
Yeah.
The equipment that destroys equipment.
Yeah, you can... Does it tap the creature, destroy an equipment?
2 Council Judgments, yeah.
And I don't really like that.
I believe it's pretty awful. I believe you. And I think that's probably why it's banned and why they haven't unbanned it. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of decks that do worse things with Dark Rit on turn 1.
Is that the enchantment that gives white creatures -1/-1? I think it is.
Where? What
In
enchantment?
between the Pithing Needles?
No, that's Toxic Deluge.
Oh.
That's the 3 mana, pay life, and then everything is minus 1.
Okay, yeah,
And there's
yeah.
the Massacre that he also brought in as well. Yeah, that thing. Manriki. I can remember that.
Then you have to
Manriki
do-
Gusari.
Card. Exclamation point card?
Is it explanation card and then... Here.
Hold on.
I'll just type it in.
Science, dude. Stop, I'm sciencing.
Sciencing. There we go. That card. I don't know.
2 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+2. And has tap, destroy target equipment. An
You
equip
own-
cost of 1.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I think that it's not as great, but Legacy's going alright. I think we have 20 players today, which is not as much as we normally have. But
Does that
it's a-
mean
it's a
4
pretty
rounds?
decent turnout.
They never announce the number of rounds, but
I don't think they're doing 3. It seems like we've been doing a lot more 3. A lot of people want to get home. Is that Bryce? Are you a Rose? Aren't you Bryce? Or is it a Roche? A Roche or a Rose? I don't know. Well, it sounds like 10 minutes are left in the round. I'm gonna go double check that real quick and see what's going on and see if maybe these guys want to play another game or something. But I'll be right back.
I'm gonna take Rich's spot. I'm gonna bring up this card. The art's cool. It's like Shell of the Last. Exile target instant or sorcery that targets you. Sacrifice Shell of the Last. You may exile. You can cast exile cards. What the? I've never seen Shell of the Last. Let me bring up. No, that doesn't work. So there's Manriki. It's like Akali's weapon from League of Legends, except it destroys equipment. No. Well,
So we're bringing Eric back to come talk to us about that game.
And how bad I did?
go ahead and sit in my chair.
Why'd you bring in the Manriki in?
Because he's playing Jitte, and I was afraid of the Jitte. It probably wasn't that great, but
Do you have resting pieces?
I do have rest in peace inside. I was debating between Manriki, the rest in peace, and what was the other one that I brought in? A third thing. I don't remember what the third thing was.
Pithing Needle, Council's Judgment.
Pithing Needle was definite. I didn't end up bringing it in. It was a second.
Counts.
No, the double strike guy.
Oh,
Mirror
Mirror
Crusader, yeah.
Huh.
Everybody says hi, Eric. Hey, Eric.
Hello.
Yeah, so that Ponder... Wow, why is the T... There we go. That's
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, yeah, can't beat Lucky, and I got way land screwed that last game too. Like,
Yeah, I get stuck at 6. I'm a little confused why you uptick your Aether Battle to 3 to Flicker Wisp the Batter Skull.
because I missed the trigger.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
I realized that I had been forgetting to uptick that at that last turn, and I was like,
Oh,
That's really rough.
that feels bad.
Yeah.
No, there was another one too in the last game, in the first game I think, where I used the Karakas to play Mother of Runes, I think, and I had a Cavern of Souls in play, and I also had Thalia, so like I intentionally wanted to keep the Karakas up, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so dumb.
It was like, what? It's like nothing.
No, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't affect you. I'm just
now
stupid.
that you didn't counter
These lands are just so it's like I've been playing like all these 3 and 4 color decks in Legacy, and the lands in this are so much more complex by a long shot.
Yeah.
Monocolored
Very
deck.
lot
Yeah.
in a monocolor. Yeah, exactly. Like it's a little different. I'm a little surprised that he had wastelanded your Countersols though.
Yeah, I thought he was. I
Instead of
think
your
he should have. I
Karakas.
think he should have hit the Caracas.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
brainer.
True Name Nemesis.
The
still gets
Cavern of
there.
Souls
I
had
think
already
he won
done
that
its.
game, actually,
The Cavern of
but-
Souls had done its job a long
Right.
time ago. I would have hit the Caracas as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
The other one was I forgot. I again forgot that Leovold does 2 things, and
You drew him 2 cards.
drew him 2 cards when I should have drawn him 0. Well, I should have drawn him 1 card. I was intent. So that turn, I was mulling over whether I wanted a Swords or Caracas the Leovold.
Yeah.
I decided not to Swords him because I didn't want him to gain the life, and I was pretty sure I could win on the next
Race off,
turn.
Yeah.
But the question was whether I needed a Caracas now or keep the Caracas up for my Thalia.
Right.
And I forgot that he blocked me from drawing a card from the Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
And it probably didn't matter, and I probably should have just let it stick and not cared. But then I got all flustered, and I was like, well, I'm just going to respond to my trigger and do it real fast, because
Just to make sure
I
you
just want to
your
draw a card.
Well, and you ended up winning that game anyway, right?
Yeah,
like,
I
you
did.
had
Yeah.
enough-
But it was riskier. Like there was a solid chance that he could have just drawn like a Deathrite or,
He's already off Abrupt Decay. Didn't you have a
I guess
Sancticulate?
I don't know all the sideboard. Like the biggest thing that would have been scary would have been like a Toxic Deluge.
Right. And they made it on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Swords of Plowshare. We talked
Yeah.
about that. That was a
Yeah. So it turns out that most of the things in Death and Taxes affects you too. I was playing some practice games and I tried to play a Sword of Fire or sort of Swords to Plowshares when I had
Sanctum Prelate
Sanctum
out
Prelate
for
out, yeah,
one.
too. Yeah, I thought that one was opponents too only.
No. Affects you
I'm
too.
just a bad Death and Taxes player.
But FNM is definitely the place you come to get in reps.
Right.
Oh yeah. And like, you've played Deathblade before. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're an experienced Esper Deathblade, and this is your first time playing Death in Texas, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah. So the premise was I put together Miracles right before it got banned because I wanted to get some reps on it because every time I played against Miracles with Esper Deathblade, I always just kind of felt like I had to prepare against the worst possible thing at all times and just
yeah.
didn't know what to do, which meant that I basically couldn't play that deck because the whole way that deck works is trying to capitalize off of the weakness the opponent has right at the moment.
yeah.
And Death and Taxes is kind of the same way for me in that deck. It's just like I don't really know what it's able to do and what
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like test driving a Ferrari to find out
how to beat it with
how to beat it with a different car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sometimes you find a lot more like the chinks in the armor, if you will,
Right.
when you're actually playing
that,
the
or
deck.
you built
know.
the whole thing?
No, I put it together.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I
played
played
it-
stuff for it. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Death and Taxes isn't that expensive other than
Rishit Imports.
Rishit Imports, which I happen to have, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
judge promos of, which are very pretty.
Yeah. I'm short 1, which makes me very sad, but
I have one to borrow if you want.
no, it's not the right one.
Oh, okay.
You don't have the.
I don't
It's-
have the Judge promo.
No, so this is the problem, is like Rishit Import itself is actually not that expensive.
$100, right?
It's 180 or something. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the judge promo one was at least.
No, the
Oh.
judge promo one's a bunch. The just a normal one isn't that bad, but the judge promo is just like too good to not use it, and I have 3 of them, and so I have I just can't convince myself to buy the other one.
Gotcha. Looks like I'm looking up to see what TCG's got Rishit Import at. Yeah, it's 111 for Rishit Import.
Okay.
And 182 for
Bring it
the
up on the
judge
screen.
promo.
We were joking earlier that there's
And an Emrakul in the
an
background.
Emrakul in the background.
It does kind of look like that, but it's not. It's
It's
Mercadia.
Okay.
It's Mercadia. It's the city that's on an upside down mountain.
So, Marcadia is secretly Emrakul?
Conspiracy
I'm sorry.
2017. You heard it here, folks. Sean needs an aluminum foil hat.
Oh, I got it already.
Yeah, and I think that it's rough. I mean, I'm trying to think of more. Do you have any? Wow, I'm having like a million different lines of what I want to talk about right here. Do you run Rune Halos at all? Have you
I do
thought
not.
about playing Rune Halos?
I put together some list off TCG Player, so I've not thought
Oh,
about running
okay.
anything
Gotcha.
in particular.
Gotcha. So especially with True Name Nemesis running around, Rune Halo seems really
Rune
good.
Halo is you gain protection from the name card.
Yeah.
That seems real good.
Yeah, you're just like...
After playing that matchup 4 times, yeah, that True Name Nemesis seems bad.
Yeah.
Like I have 2 Council's Judgment, but that's not good enough.
No.
I'm
Especially when
thinking
you've seen it as easy to do.
I honestly my thought was like I should just play Wrath of God.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
The problem is like I can't like I feel like when you're playing against Death and Taxes, True Name Nemesis is a card that is if you have control over the board, and they can't quite swing in, then True Name Nemesis is ridiculous because they will just kill you with it.
Yeah.
And Death and Taxes has nothing to
It's
do
a free
against
bolt
it.
per turn, and
If-
sometimes it's
as
more,
soon as
right?
yeah, as soon as they stick a flyer with any equipment almost at all, then they just win. Like they will just outpace the True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially with the Certified Rice, because you're able to draw more cards, more things. Yeah.
and like Mother of Runes can make that a lot better.
Because you can
and-
attack for more damage. Yeah.
Yeah, like it can get really easily out of hand for Death and Taxes. But my experience with Esper Deathblade is like I definitely need to get my True Name on board, but it has to be at the right time because if they have a more dominant board position, then I'm gonna just need to wipe and then stick True Name, or else it
Yeah.
just doesn't work.
And you want to go True Name to buy yourself a turn just to,
Yeah.
to Supreme Verdict or something anyway.
And I was actually talking to Jordan after the match, and he's like, Massacre is such a bad card, and I was like, no, that seems actually pretty much nuts. If you had played that at any point during that previous game until after I stuck the sword, like, you would have won that game.
Yeah. Well, Massacre is house. Like, it's so...
Right,
it's
but he's
so
like, but
good.
then it kills all my True Names, and I was like, yeah, but it also kills my entire board.
Right.
What am I gonna do? You can draw into a True Name, I can draw into, like, a Stoneforge and maybe stick something.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing too is like if you know you have the Massacre in your hand, same thing, same argument with like the Supreme Verdict or Day of Judgment. Like if you have the Massacre in your hand, then don't play the True Name. Just wait it out a little
Right,
longer.
agreed,
Right? Like,
yeah.
And even if you get 2 for 1,
because here's the thing is like Death and Taxes will stick a few things here and there and chip at you, but they're not going to come in burst.
Right.
So if you let them just hit you a little bit, let them overcommit, and then Massacre, and then play your True Name later, like you will have so much advantage on that game.
even if you Massacre for 2 creatures against Death and Taxes, that's huge. That's huge against Death and Taxes.
Yep.
Especially if it's a Mother of Runes and like a Stoneforge Mystic
Or
something like
Athalia.
that. Or even Athalia, yeah. Definitely.
Yep.
And if you hit 3, like you're probably gonna win that game.
No, my favorite game that I played was at GP Louisville. I played against a Death and Taxes player with Esper Deathblade. Game 1, we took like 45 minutes, or maybe it was 35 minutes. It's some like almost the entire round playing game 1 because we just kept gaining life back and forth off of Batter Skulls.
Yeah.
And I barely squeezed out game 1. Like it was just barely squeezed out off of a True Name Nemesis. And then in game 2, I had cited in Supreme Verdicts and Zealous Persecutions. My opening hand is like a Supreme Verdict and a Zealous Persecution and some lands and like a Brainstorm or something. So I just go like turn 1, pass Brainstorm, turn 2, and he's plays Mother of Runes, and then turn 2 Thalia, and then turn 3 Mangara, and then I just end
And
at the end step. I believe it might have been, it's either at the end of his turn or at the beginning of mine because I had to account for the Thalia. I play the Zealous Persecution, wipe his board, he's out of cards in hand. And, oh no, it was even better because it was like turn 1 Aether Vial and then turn 2 Thalia into Mother of Runes and then
Okay.
Mangar or something like that. And then just wipe his board and he just didn't have any cards in hand. And then he like tried to come back with a Flicker Wisp and another guy, and I just played the Supreme Verdict, and then he was just done. Like
He was just, and then
his
at that
hand-
point,
yeah, it was just the game was over at that point because I could just play any creature, and then he just couldn't play anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's really rough when that happens. Zealous Persecution is pretty amazing though, especially with True Name Nemesis. Like you're like,
Yeah.
my guy gets bigger and your guy just dies. Like,
Yeah,
super nice.
turns out.
That's why I like Golgari Charm.
I like
Except
Golgari
for-
Charm too.
except for I hate that Golgari Charm kills with Dark Confidence.
Yeah.
the only thing that
Well,
really
I
sucks,
feel like
but-
sometimes that's a good thing, right?
Sometimes it's like, oh
So-
yeah, I want this Dark Confidence.
Golgari Charm is one of my favorite sideboard cards in the format, honestly.
It's really surprisingly really good.
Yeah, there was a period of time where I was actually considered main boarding it in my Shardless deck.
Okay.
Because like almost every single matchup I wanted to bring it in because like -1/-1 is really good against Death and Taxes, Elves. Like Delver was okay.
Yeah, especially if they have like a fatal push, you can regenerate your Tarmogoyf
Hitting
or something.
hitting an enchantment was good against any like Sylvan Library deck or against like
Or even like some of the
lands.
sneak and show decks.
Sneak and show decks,
Like they
yeah.
have their sneak attack, which mostly you're never gonna hit it with the Golgari Charm anyway.
Yeah.
But some of them bring in Blood Moons out of the board.
yeah.
The
The only reason I didn't end up mainboarding it was just that the regenerate is really good, but it's not good off of a
off of a Shardless agent.
off of a cascade, and so I feel like game one you usually end up wanting to try. Well, at least when Shardless was still a good deck, you wanted to try for so much value in game one that like
They
screwing up that way was just like too costly.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Huh?
How much time is left?
It's past time.
Is it past time? All right, so we're on time right now. We're gonna get going on round 2 here in a second.
I'm going to leave.
Just gonna find out what's going on.
Thank
but
you for
thanks for
interviewing me.
coming in, Eric.
Time's been calling around.
Seeing how bad I
there.
was.
Remember
Josh and,
Taxes.
Zach are on turns.
Okay. Josh. So Josh
It's a
and
close game.
why is the
Content.
camera
Zach's
being
playing
all
content.
weird? I don't know why the camera's going all fuzzy.
Oh, that's what that deck is called.
What?
Pontiff?
Pontiff?
Yeah.
Oh, because
black.
white version of Death and Taxes.
Yeah, I played against that on Sunday up at Oasis,
Oh yeah.
and I'd never seen that before. That's interesting. I
Do they
totally
play Dark
lost.
Confidants and stuff like that, or
I think yes.
maybe like as a 2-of or something? 'Cause
they
you can go
play
fight it
Dark
with
Confidant,
Recruiter.
like Lily.
They play Lily.
He was playing like some number of Lily, at least one,
Huh.
and it was good.
Interesting.
Stoneforge Mystic,
Does he play? Are they playing Thalias too?
no.
Okay, so
Not that I
would
saw,
make sense
it
why they play
could.
Liliana instead of if they're not playing Thalias, then they can get away with playing the Liliana.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that guy was on that deck because like I'm really interested to see that deck. I think it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's at least novel to me because I have never seen it.
Yeah, it's something new in a format. It changes a lot. There's a lot of things out there. That's the thing about Legacy. There's a lots of different decks that are good. It's just it's like that percentage numbers game.
There's
right?
1,000 tier 2 decks.
Right, right. There's like a lot of tier 2 decks, and
When you have almost 17,000 cards to play with,
yeah. And I think I said the problem too. A lot of people don't want to put the time in to learn a lot of those tier 2 decks to win effectively. Like
I'm surprised about at how few people brew. Like, I know it's hard to do at a good level, but
Yeah.
like even if your brew is just you take a shell, you modify it. I think maybe people do that, and they're
I
just
think-
brewing like 3
I think a lot of the
slots.
decks that do a lot of the brewing, like in that instance, is like Nick Fit. Because Nick Fit is just like, hey, what cards do you like to play in EDH? Just jam them in a deck and just go find them,
I respect that.
Like, yeah, I respect it. That's a deck I kind of want to play, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
And you just ask your opponent, "Do you have basics in your deck?" Because you play Veteran Explorer, right?
Right, yeah, and you can, give them
And-
the option of
oh,
finding them.
A lot of the time,
You sack it.
it's
and
just
kill it.
no. They don't.
Yeah, I think it honestly just boils down to the fact that, like, Legacy, you have to be in a certain time clock or else you won't win. You have to be really good at stalling the game out, like Stacks.
Yeah.
Or you have to be really good at Stacks and,
Or do something so
and
insane.
like Miracles, which is no longer a thing.
You
But
have to do something insane without having it be a glass cannon. Because Force of Will exists.
right.
You can't just have... Like, you can't play eggs because your second sunrise will just get countered and your game is over.
Right. Well, it's like Oops, no spells. Same kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like you can play a deck with no lands in it, and you might just die because of Forcible. And I think that's the problem is that like there are lots of ways of like brewing in Legacy. There's lots and lots of brews out there. People are constantly brewing. It's just does your deck die to Forcible? If it does, it's probably not going to be good. It's probably going to be tier 2, maybe tier 3. Like, does your deck die to a Thoughtseize?
Yeah.
Like, there's just too many things. And then the thing is, like, a lot of the fair decks that you want to be playing against can't compete with Trinium Nemesis sometimes.
I'm one of the... I try to brew. And that's what it ends up being half the time is just,
Force of Will.
Force of Will exists. Like,
Right.
we had this sweet brew with, like, what was it? Bloodghast and Greater Gargadon. And,
So you, sack everything, and you're like, Greater Gargadon,
no,
and they're just like...
you don't sack everything.
Well, not everything, but... it.
Only when it's convenient, and sometimes it's like,
So why don't you just play? Why don't you play? What's it called? Zombie bombardment, whatever.
it was similar.
You've seen that deck, right? That's like
Because I wanted
almost
to
the
build
same
my
thing.
own deck.
Oh, okay.
That's not
So
brewing.
instead of Gargadon, you're just playing with, or instead of playing with Zombie bombardment, you're playing Gargadon.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna go check and see what's going on with the round because this should be
Okay.
done.
Yeah, we should organize the next one.
Yeah, we'll go check that out real fast. So, hang tight. We'll be back in 2 seconds.
Just do the thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I like the text a lot better. Just do card text. Huh.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys. Just hang tight. Okay, and we're back. So we've got Calvin playing Ant. And Matt is playing Deathblade. I don't know what version. He just told me Deathblade, but I didn't think to ask.
Ant Storm.
Ant Storm. Oh, did you see what he had in the sideboard?
Nope.
I didn't see. I didn't catch it either. So, he looks like he might be playing Esper Deathblade, or yeah, let's just keep it as Deathblade. It's probably blue, white,
Black.
with black. Yeah. So, interesting game. I feel like Ant is favored a little bit game one.
I want to say so.
Unless Matt's playing like Inquisitions and Thoughtseize and things like that too, then it might go swing that away.
He could be.
Just because I know, I mean, they only have a threshold of so many dazes and force wills. Which I mean, if Matt has a force will, he could definitely just counter Calvin's stuff. But I think it definitely goes in favor of Matt game 2 and game 3 because Matt will be able to bring in more counter spells. Which
Yeah.
is, you know what I mean, and different things that disrupt what Calvin wants to be doing.
Yeah, and Storm is one of those decks that people typically run more sideboard cards against, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the meta changing now, with Miracles no longer being around, for sure. There's a lot more people packing Storm hate, so. But we will see what happens. We're still shuffling up.
I'm just going to
Well,
look
no, what
up.
do you think? What do you think is going to be doing better?
I'm going to make sure to look up a Deathblade list.
Deathblade?
So they do run Daze and Force of Will. The Abrupt Decays.
Abrupt Decays can be helpful sometimes. It just
Rarely.
depends on if Calvin's going to cast his LADs early or Lotus Petals early or not. And typically you don't until you're storming off, but you never know. Calvin's just going to ship that.
I wouldn't say he's in a bad spot. I mean, even... It's not... Deathrite's not going to have very many creatures to eat, but being at a higher life total sometimes matters.
Yeah, the Deathrite Shaman more what I think it's going to be doing in this format, or sorry, not format, wow. In this game is eliminating things out of Calvin's graveyard.
Yeah.
To stop, like, passive flames. Because I believe Ant... I mean... it has Ad Nauseam Tendrils. I'm checking it out.
It would be,
Yeah.
it
So
would
they
be
usually
so
play
much
passive
easier to
flames,
do
so-
this coverage if we had deck lists. Just saying.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But it's just FNM. What is that? One land.
Ponder, LED, Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, and a Cabal Third? No, not Cabal.
Cabal Ritual.
Is that what that was?
That's what I want to say it was.
So hopefully you can find something off that Ponder. That'd be
See a
really good.
Leovold Daze.
Yeah.
Is that a higher
Scrubland.
No. I didn't see what that thing on the far left was.
I think it might be a Hierarch. It looks like a Hierarch. He's gonna cast it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Hierarch.
And then Gitaxian Probe turn 1.
Yeah, their sequencing is really weird. I think Matt just announced he was going to play
Yeah.
yeah, and they just passed through. So Calvin dropping Jackson Probe's really good here. It's going to give him a good look to see if he can go off. So if Calvin can rip
The turn
Infernal
1.
Tutor
Oh,
here,
okay.
he might be able to go off turn 1. He got a Tendrils,
Tendrils turn 1.
so maybe he doesn't need to have the Ad Nauseam. I don't know, we'll see.
What are we watching, guys?
We're watching
Legacy.
Deathblade versus Ant Storm.
Ooh. Yummy.
So yeah,
And that's just his hand revealed since there was a turn 1 G Probe.
so if that is a Lotus Petal, he can go.
Okay.
He can go Underground Sea, Ponder, Petal, 3 black.
Yeah, that's him doing the math here.
Yeah, that's him doing the math right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, and then
It's either do nothing.
LED.
Because he has the Wasteland, so he doesn't even want to play his land if he's not going to do anything, right?
Yeah, you just
Right.
So
either go for it or hold back. So he's going for it.
Oh,
Here we
he's
go.
going for it.
Well, we'll
All
see.
right.
I think it also depends on what this Ponder is. Because if he
Okay.
finds another land off the Ponder, he might be okay. And there's an Ad Nauseam right there,
Ooh, pedal.
and another Petal.
That's pretty good.
I think the pedal might get you there.
That's a Cabal
maybe.
therapy.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily need the Cabal therapy.
Making sure he's took the life for his own G
Yeah,
probe.
first G probe.
So Storm's at 2.
So so pedal. So ponder,
I
pedal,
need to get
pedal.
him my storm counter. I'm not using it right now. Maybe donate it to the
Yeah, it
store.
kind of makes things really awkward because you don't really necessarily want to be ad naz. I mean, you want to ad naz, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's
It
like
might
by
be
the time
like
you
a
have much
value ad
mana,
naz.
Yeah, you might as well just cast the tendrils. Like usually use ad naz to go find it.
Yeah. Or sorry, it might just be a value tendrils.
Yeah.
It might be. See, I think I would have picked up the pedal.
He's gonna,
And
he's
go.
gonna
Pass.
pass the turn, risking getting wasted landed. But he has the pedals, so it doesn't really matter.
3
It
mana.
doesn't matter. Matt's just gonna cast a Leovold anyway. So I think Calvin can go off right here, or at least get some value.
Oh, was that not Never a Days, or that's just a brainstorm?
Oh well, no, definitely not with tendrils. No. I think it's a value ad nauseum. I think it's what we were talking about. He's gonna cast Dark Rit, so now he's gonna go for it. Pedal. There's 3 spells cast. 2. Wow, I can think now 3.
3 black mana floating still.
Crack. This still doesn't give you threshold though.
2 off.
But you could do the you could do the tendrils right here. Not tendrils. I keep saying tendrils. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
ad naz.
You could do the ad nauseum right here.
Cabal Ritual.
Gains him 1 mana.
Yeah. Sack.
Casts it. Ad nauseum. He's still.
That was a weird sequencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand
Okay.
the LED. Yeah, you can't technically
Yeah.
cast LED.
Yeah,
yet.
you gotta finish ad nauseing.
What he needed to do was he needed to play the LED first if he was gonna go that route to sack. You know what I mean? To sack the
Yeah.
LED with the ad nos on the stack. Let's take 1.
Or sack the LED to get threshold
Take
for that
2.
ritual,
2.
right?
Yeah, right.
Sees the tutor.
Probe 1. Ponder 1.
Ponder's not
Duress.
here.
Ugh.
And
I mean,
Bulk, 0.
18 life on the ad nauseum gets you really far in these decks.
It does.
Another
Dark
1
red.
9.
that's a good get, I feel like.
Yeah.
I
Some
think
more
that
mana.
kills him right there. I'd go for 1 more, or a couple more maybe.
Yeah, until you get.
Ooh.
Okay,
Cast and
4
Flames.
at 4 life, I'd just
Yeah, because you might just rip one of your 5 cost, another ad nauseum, and lose.
I would just stay there.
Yeah, that's good. Then he can pass in flames.
He hasn't played a land this turn
Stop.
either.
Oh, he's gonna keep going.
Oh, don't be
Oof.
greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy.
That's
Okay.
it. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
stopping at
this is-
4.
He also hasn't played a land this turn, so he can go
Mm.
Polluted Delta too.
LED.
We'll see if he does. You feel like Ad Nauseum does the same thing over and over again? Just winning games? Sometimes it doesn't. It feels really good at beating an opponent when they don't. Oh yeah, he drew the Volcanic Island. Doesn't need to play the fetch land, that's right. Dark Ritual. Yeah, just cast. Yeah, I think Calvin's got it right here. Because he can just
Yeah.
cast
And
everything in his hand basically that he wants to, other than like you can even cast a Taxing Probe that draws Leovold a card or Matt a card out with the Leovold, so I don't know if I do that. And paying 2 life right here feels not the greatest. Ooh no, keep that for the red, man.
maybe he's spending the red right here.
Or just gonna do the passive flames. I guess yeah, you can just do that if you have the black floating.
Yeah, I think he's got this here. If,
Boom, yeah, and then
if
just
Matt had
flashback everything.
any interaction, he would have
And-
done it. You know, spells and spells and spells ago.
I think Dark Petition is the only thing that can kill him off more flips. Yeah.
This is the game that Storm usually wins, right? Is game 1, and then game 2
And then
it
game
starts
2
getting
and
interesting.
game 3 is when you're fighting a lot harder, yeah. Yeah, so you just recast all his writs. You gotta be careful on how he stacks these because you want to get rid of his threshold. There he goes. Okay.
9 black is what he's up to.
So it's 13 spells cast so far.
Wow.
So that kills Matt.
Even if... Yeah, there's nothing.
So you can duress. I don't know if I'd duress here. I mean, Leovold's gonna trigger, yeah.
Art Jorgensen. That's 12 Storm. Now he's just showing
Yeah,
off.
no, he's just showing off. He takes an Abrupt Decay from Matt. I would take the Brainstorm, yeah. Even though it's not gonna matter. Tendrils you. Matt, draw your card.
Does he not draw one for every storm?
I think he does.
I thought that's how it worked.
Maybe he does. Yeah, okay, it is an extra card. Well, that's the thing is, even if Matt, for whatever reason, draws,
The mind, whatever.
like,
it's...
you'd have to get a blue.
The trap?
Like,
Mind Break
even,
trap.
Yeah, which you would not be running main board.
I know.
Even if he did, though.
I'm just thinking of the one card in Magic that actually does anything
yeah,
here.
yeah. Calvin could just sack the LED for red and pass in flames
Yeah.
and recast Tendrils anyway.
Tendrils you twice.
He's going for the Millwin with Grape Shot. Thanks.
Leovold is a May.
Leovold is a May. You're not wrong. So, it looks like Calvin took down game 1. Oh, that turn 2. I would have been greedy, I think, and gone turn 1. But it worked better off for Calvin to go turn 2.
I think the trick with the Storm deck
is to not get greedy.
is you wait until the last possible second, and like you don't want to wait too long so that they draw into more interaction.
Yeah.
And I think turn 1 was too early, and turn 2 was kind of just right.
Yeah. And that is a good point, Tybucks. If with the forces, Matt could save it himself with it, but Calvin also had the LED to sack for red and then pass in flames cast.
Yeah,
anyway,
each
but
force gets rid of 1 damage.
1 damage. Hey, sometimes that's all you need playing against.
So we're probably gonna see Fluster
Storm,
Storms and maybe Aethersworn Canonist from Matt.
I would definitely bring an Aethersworn Canonist. Yeah.
Like I don't,
Yeah.
I don't have his sideboard. I'm just kind of looking at what
Yeah.
other people have online.
If he has him, we can see.
Meddling
Looks like
Mage,
Matt's kind of showing a little bit.
Surgical
Meddling Mage is
Attraction.
really, really, really good. Really good against Storm 2. Because you can just name LED and... Yeah, it shuts off a lot. Should you bring in a Pithing Needle for the LED? Just kidding. It doesn't affect LED at all. Because LED is a mana ability. And it doesn't stop mana abilities.
I'm used to playing Phyrexian Revoker.
Oh, yeah.
And it does.
Because...
It just says non-land.
But that's no. Because even then, it's still does it specifically say mana abilities?
No. Phyrexian Revoker is just...
So it's Pithing Needle
They're
specifically
different.
say? Yeah, Pithing Needle must just specifically say
That's the kind of the trade-off
unless
there.
your mana abilities.
Yeah, Pithing Needle says no mana abilities, but Revoker just says no lands.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna look
So I
up
think
some Storm lists.
Revoker is probably a little bit better. Although playing a Pithing Needle and naming like Polluted Delta is actually pretty good against Storm too,
Really?
because they're running so few land base, and
You're hitting,
I mean
like,
most
a
Storm
quarter of
players.
their land?
Well, yeah, usually. But the problem is like most Storm players who've had experience playing Storm will play. They won't play 4 Polluted Deltas. They'll split up their fetch lands so that doesn't happen to them. You know what I mean? In case something like Surgical Extracts or Pithing Needles, their fetches. I don't know how Calvin's doing
How
that.
often does that happen, though? I mean...
I don't know, but if you're playing lots and lots of Legacy, you know, might as well, but... Yeah, yep. Surgical Extraction, all good cards for Deathblade. Definitely agree. Matt's taking a lot of his higher mana costing stuff out. We see him taking out Jace. Jace doesn't really help you a whole lot against Storm. Did he
I would
take
say not at
Did he
all.
take a Forcible out? It looked like he took a
What
Force out.
That can't be
Oh,
right.
it might have been a Vendilion Click. It might have been a Vendilion Click.
Yeah. I would say Force is the last spell you want to get rid
I
of.
think you want to keep those in.
Definitely
keep those in.
I think it's interesting that a lot of these decks will will board in, the Ant decks will board in Dark Confidant.
Oh. They used to bring in, wow.
World of Warcraft. Oh, okay.
Sensei, World of Warcraft.
Said, wow.
Sensei's Divining Top, yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing, kind of like set up their draws and things like
Yeah.
that. And then when you're going off, you can tap it to like draw an extra card. You know what I mean? When you don't need the top anymore. But now it top's banned. You know, Dark Confidant's seeing more play again.
And it's
because
just like WinCon
value.
2.
It's just extra value.
Like every time it hits, that's one less storm you gotta get. I'm serious.
I doubt that Dark Confidant's doing a lot of attacking when you're playing Storm.
True.
Unless you're playing against another Storm deck.
Yeah,
I mean, running it into like Athalia or something feels bad.
but it does have that mode.
It does have that mode. It does. And the amount of games I've won playing like with the Dark Confidant is surprisingly high. He does get in there. Same with Snapcaster Mages. Same thing.
Yeah.
The unexpected 2-1s get there eventually.
Do you think he's bringing in Empty the Warrens already?
No, because he's probably playing Burning Wishes.
Oh,
No, wait, is that Tess that plays?
I think it's yeah.
I'm so bad at remembering.
I think it's
which
Tess
play
that plays
was.
Burning Wish.
Yeah. So it's possible that maybe he brought in Empty the Words.
Just to switch up his WinCon.
Yeah, especially because I think Deathblade doesn't have a whole lot of really good effective ways of dealing with it. Like he doesn't have
Engineered explosives out of the board.
or injury explosives. Why would you?
And
Yeah.
you just don't.
Tess, yeah. I'm really bad at remembering Storm with Storm.
So he
X2,
could
which-
just next level him and get Empty the Warrens right away.
And-
I've seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I know that. Also, Calvin was playing Tess at one point, which is why I'm just getting confused.
Like if you get meddling maged out of your storm spell,
Yeah.
it's nice to have a second way to win.
Wait, you're not wrong. Definitely. I got a Thoughtseize coming down on Matt's side. He's gonna pick apart Calvin's hand. So you take the Infernal Tutor, right?
Usually.
I think Matt's just. I can't tell if Matt is discussing it or if Calvin's basically just saying, "Yeah, you take Infernal Tutor. You want to take this.
Yeah,
take
being
this
a bro.
away." Especially because Calvin could technically do it on turn 2, which you wouldn't, or turn 1, which you wouldn't want to do in that circumstance anyway. But
No, but it's possible.
that's always rough when you have a Brainstorm in your hand and you get Thoughtseized and you can't protect your combos. See, so he ran the LED out because he doesn't want Matt to Thoughtseize it, but it's possible that he might just Abrupt Decay it or something. Which he does have an Abrupt Decay in his hand anyway.
I think he would be end up sideboarding out Abrupt Decays. Oh, he just saw a Meddling Mage. Is what he drew off of the. That was a Brainstorm, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my voice cracked.
It does. I think it's. I agree with you, Ty. It's definitely good, but it doesn't stop it. It definitely slows Calvin down, which can technically buy Matt time. And the fact that you're putting a bear in a play, which is damage on board too, on top of it,
Yeah.
which just seems really good. So Calvin drew another LED. It looks like. Or no, yeah. Is it another LED? It looks like he drew another LED.
I don't know. He immediately put it on the table, I think. So I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
tendrils. He drew tendrils and something else. Oh, it was another Lotus Petal. No, yeah, he does have another LED. Haha.
So he could.
So do you put the tendrils back? I don't know if you do. That makes it a little awkward. You're just gonna put lands on top. Yep, that seems
Yeah,
good. You don't need the lands. You can Flooded Strand, sack and move stuff around. Matt's got the Flusterstorm in his hand too, which Calvin can't really fight around right now.
Yeah, other than that, it's like a True Name, which is just slow. It's STP.
It's probably a lot better than Swords to Plowshare. You're definitely right, Jorgensen. Sorry, you missed that in chat. Although, Swords to Plowsharing when your own guys can save you sometimes playing against.
Not enough to keep it in the deck.
You're not wrong.
Just opinions.
You're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. So there's a Duress. I can't tell if that was a Cabal Therapy
What's the blue card?
and a Jitaxian Probe. Jitaxian
Oh, it's
Probe.
G Probe, yeah.
I feel like you're setting that up wrong. Duress. Yeah, there we go. So he set up. So he draws the Duress, and then he draws Jitaxian Probe next turn, and then when he G probes, he can draw the Cabal Therapy. Or no, he has a Cabal Therapy, so he can draw the Duress or whatever. I don't know what he's doing. I can barely see. Flusterstorm, True Name, Meddling Mage, Brainstorm.
So is he like, once he sees that, is he in panic mode? Is he really trying to go for it?
No. I think you just pass right here if you're in Calvin's position. You're not really hurting. Ooh, he's going to cast that anyway. So maybe Cabal Therapy is here. I'm
Yeah.
going to cast Cabal Therapy.
Try to get the meddling mage?
Yeah, it is the worst.
It's weird that he picked up his hand again.
He
got his... Oh, he's brainstorming
and you knew
to
that
top.
Matt had the Brainstorm too. So this is with Cabal Therapy on the stack.
So he's gonna get to be able to put 2 cards back, and then when it resolves, you name the card, right?
Right. Yeah.
So this is kind of a weird game of like...
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have Cabal Therapy there. I think I would have waited till next turn with the Duress, and then and then Duress him, and then take 2 cards. You know what I mean? Because Matt probably would have brainstormed a response, and you'd at least see, you know what I mean, get more information.
Yeah. I think you're right. That would probably be the stronger play. Let's see if you named it.
I laugh if you named True Name Nemesis. I think I would have named True Name Nemesis in that situation, because you know that Matt would put Meddling Mage and, like, next level, the next level.
Oh, I don't like that. I think no matter what, you don't play chicken, and you just hide the cards that you don't want him to take more than anything.
Chicken.
Yeah, tie books. Like, because it's a game of chicken. It's like, do you
Oh,
hide the
no.
stuff, or do you like hide the stuff you don't think he'll name? You know, or
I think Matt played it right and just putting both things on top and just,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I think that's what I'm saying. Calvin could have totally, like, next level, you know what I mean? Taken like a True Name or something.
Just the Flusterstorm in his
So I
hand
think
again.
I would take the Leovold instead of the True Name anyway.
So did he just get?
He took the Duress.
To
So
protect-
Calvin's gonna top deck in what does he draw?
the G probe that he put on top last turn, and then we saw what was on the top last turn, and I don't remember it.
On top of Calvin's?
Yeah.
No, Calvin's drawn through all those cards.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. Because he had the G Probe that drew
Oh,
up
yeah.
one. So this is all cards we have not seen before on top of Calvin's deck. Yeah, I think that's really rough. I think I would have waited one more turn. Oh, there's a Cabal Therapy. It's not bad. Sure.
Gets the interaction.
It does get the interaction.
So
Unfortunately,
Meddling Mage must be
Calvin
still on top of Matt's library.
Yes, it
So he
is.
draws a Meddling Mage.
Cracks this, goes and finds a white source, probably jams Meddling Mage and names Tendrils. So I'm a little curious.
You could name Tendrils, or you could name something that enables you to go off, because it's
Like-
after board and he might
Yeah,
have other
and
win
you can
cons.
name Lion's Eye Diamond, I guess. I would jam Leo, I think personally, because you're not threatened currently to be killed.
I'm gonna run over there and see
You know
what he
I mean?
named.
Okay. Unless Calvin drew. I think if you're in actually Matt's circumstance, you don't name Tendrils. I think you would name Infernal Tutor. I think that would be the best thing to name. Because if Calvin rips at Infernal Tutor, he just goes LED, Infernal Tutor, float 6, and then even if he pitches the Tendrils, he'll have a Passive Flames that he could potentially cast down the road. No, you can't. Yeah, you'd float 6, but then yeah, and then you just go grab Adnaz and have 1 black floating.
It's on tendrils.
It is on tendrils. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't think I would name tendrils in that situation. Actually, I think I'd grab. I'd think I'd name Infernal Tutor.
I'd probably say that's right.
Oh, sorry, I'm writing.
Matt seemed a little flustered when I asked him. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is like new to me. He's learning. But I think he made a respectable decision at the very least.
Well, I mean, with what's known, I mean, it's definitely a go-to to name. I still think he should have named Infernal Tutor, but I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, yeah, he needs to find a Pass in Flames to be able to get back to Tendrils, unless he did bring in the Empty the Worms package. Looks like Calvin drew a Dark Ritual and another Cabal Therapy. Is that what we saw? What's up, Eric? You wanna come watch
There's a stool
Calvin
over
and
there.
Matt?
I got it.
Okay. Your game already over? Did you win? Nice.
So, this is the board state. Would you name Tendrils or would you name Infernal Tutor on the Meddling Mage?
On Meddling Mage?
Yeah. Matt does have a Daze in his hand too, which is pretty relevant.
You named Tendrils, or what was the other one you said?
I think you should have named Infernal Tutor.
Infernal Tutor?
You can also say Ad Nauseam, but I think that's probably the worst of the 3.
Does Matt brainstorm here to try to protect something? I think
like
he
he's
just
gonna.
activates Stoneforge Mystics.
I think there's a debate between. I would not name Tendrils.
See, I don't think I would either because
You can kill Ant easily enough by just preventing them from being able to go off. Infernal Tutor's pretty tempting. I was also
Pass in
with
Flames.
his Pass in Flames was the other one I was thinking
Yeah.
with how few cards he has in hand.
Definitely.
LED would be cute, but not great.
He's already got one on the
he's already got
field.
one out, yeah. Yeah,
Also, Dark Ritual would be cute, but probably not the best choice.
right. That's what I was thinking, doing like Infernal Tutor because you're able to. It cuts off Calvin.
I think
finding the
Infernal
engine.
Tutor is probably the best choice.
But I think Pass in Flames would definitely be like at least second.
Ad Nauseam is also interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Because even if he does Infernal Tutor and goes and grabs that, then you know. Definitely.
He's not going to Infernal. Well, I don't see much of a reason to Infernal Tutor for Ad Nauseam, but he could, if he doesn't have Infernal Tutor, he might cast Ad Nauseam.
So
Although he can't do that now,
He
right?
dazed the Duress. So now he's just gonna activate and put in Batter Skull in play.
I think, yeah, you definitely, at any rate, no matter what you do, you put Batterskull into play in response.
Well,
Because you don't want to hide it on the top of
he
your
has
deck.
another daze.
So he's floating the mana.
Okay, that's fine.
Right?
So there's been 1, 2.
Oh, he's paying for the
3.
days.
There's 4 spells that have been cast this turn. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can jam LED. Oh, never mind. So Calvin, I think, has a Lotus Petal and a Dark Ritual in his hand.
Yeah.
Still doesn't get you enough to play Tendrils. You still need to find
Well,
something.
do we know if what Meddling Mage named?
Tendrils.
So he couldn't even cast it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, he needs to find something to get him out of this rut that he's in.
Every turn he jams in for 2, that makes Ad Nauseam that much worse.
See, I think I like just letting Duress resolve 2.
Do we know what was in his hand other than the dazes?
He had Batter Skull.
He'd Batterskull that he
Batterskull.
just tutored for.
I think I would have just jammed the Batter Skull.
Jam the Batterskull, let it resolve.
and then just let the dazes let him take a daze.
Yeah, that seems better to me.
I think
Hitting
so too.
hitting his mana with a daze on the turn that he tries to go off is better than, and possibly catching him while he's out of mana
Yeah.
is better than trying to.
He's gonna fatal push the Stoneforge Mystic in response to the activation of the Stoneforge. Or sorry, he's gonna
Did he?
He's gonna kill the
Meddling
Did
Mage.
the Stoneforge have summoning sense?
No, it had been in a while.
Okay,
Matt had just been keeping up mana for counter spells and potentially putting the Stoneforge into play.
gotcha.
This is pretty rough for Calvin right here, though. 4,
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
5.
I think 4.
Deathrite virtually puts him at
Does Matt have another Daze in his hand, or is that a Brainstorm? I can't tell.
It's pretty much a 2 thanks to that death rate. That's not something sick.
Days and Deathblade is an interesting choice. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it.
It's,
But I guess
it's a
with-
weirdly tempo choice for a deck that's pretty much a mid-range deck.
Right, and with Deathrite Shaman, I guess you kind of keep like on par with your lands.
I mean, like,
maybe,
if you get a good opening hand, you can definitely play the tempo game. But like, that deck
it
doesn't
feels
like
bad drawing.
it doesn't
right?
it doesn't bank on it.
Calvin just found an Infernal Tutor. I think you just go for it. You know that Matt's been just bricking.
Well, you don't have any time.
You're dead next turn anyway. I think
Yeah.
you have to go
You
for it.
have to go for it.
So here we go, right? The desperation. The
good news-
desperation storm.
Yeah, there we go. Tendrils is free to play too now because he had the Fatal Push for the...
So he's casting this.
Yeah.
There's no reason to daze this. Don't daze it, Matt. What?
He dazed it.
Why?
You just pay for it if you're on Calvin's
Yeah,
side.
just pay for
You
it.
pay for it, jam your lowest pedal, Dark
Use
Grit,
your-
Infernal Tutor, and
Yeah, just pay with the island. You just gained 2 mana.
boom.
Thanks for the extra storm count.
Yeah, that's really rough.
Oh man.
Lotus Pedal.
And then.
So that's 3 spells.
So it's 18 to 4.
18
Yeah.
to 4, yeah. Dark Grit, 4 spells.
And then Infernal Tutor for Past in Flames kill you? Right?
No, you grab Ad Nauseam. I'm just kidding.
That's good.
At 4 life.
I'm not an expert on this deck, but
I feel like that's the wrong play. You're right. That's right. Yeah, he does. Yeah, definitely. You're right, Jorgensen. That's a good play too. Jorgensen brought up a good point. With Deathrite Shaman being there, you can hit the tendrils with it in response to him casting Past in Flames. But,
Oh, that's cute.
which is cute. I think the trade-off is though that even if he does do that, he can Infernal Tutor and find like Empty the Orange or something else.
Well, but he's gonna resolve Infernal Tutor now, right?
yeah.
Oh, Calvin still dies.
So we're gonna see what he gets. He gets a Pass in Flames. So Calvin just loses as long as Matt uses the Death Right before the Pass in Flame resolves, he wins.
Yeah.
Well, no. 'cause
What does he hit?
No. I take
Oh.
that back. Because he could still cast the Pass in Flames and he could do the Infernal Tutor again.
Yeah.
So never mind. I take that back. Calvin's actually probably just fine. Because right now he's got, how much mana does he have? 7.
7, yeah.
7, yeah.
Floating. 4 black and 3 red.
Okay. Yeah. No, he'll just be fine.
So does he cast Infernal Tutor here? Is that what you're saying? Or what do you mean?
Well, so right now, if Pass in Flame just resolves, he can just cast Infernal Tutor and just win, right? Or is it Storm?
There's
I know.
2 Infernal Tutors in the graveyard. I don't know if that matters, but
So Calvin goes to 2.
Because he exiled the Tendrils, yeah. So now Calvin should cast an Infernal Tutor.
Well, he's still resolving Passive Flame.
Well, first he should just go cast
Yeah.
all of his
Rituals.
all his
yeah.
rituals, yeah.
All his rituals, get his storm count,
up above.
get his mana, then cast an Infernal Tutor, and then he just goes and gets, if he doesn't have another Tendrils, he just goes and gets
empty.
Empty the Warrens.
If he brought it in.
Although Empty the Warren doesn't save him
He
because
only
he's
has
only at
1
2.
Dark Ritual, which is fine. You only really need to cast the 1 anyway.
But he's only at 2,
Oh.
so actually he has to find a way to either gain life or kill Matt because he'll just die to Death Threat on the next turn.
wait,
There's a
whoa.
tragic slip in his.
No, a Fatal Push.
A fatal push.
There's a
Fatal,
fatal
push
push.
in his graveyard.
Good call. Good call.
So, but that takes care of one of Matt's threats.
Well, but he can get Empty the Warrens and he can just chump block.
You're right. You're right. So you get Fatal Push.
Although I don't know if he's gonna get enough goblins to kill him. I guess it depends on how many spells he ultimately casts.
Does he
He's
just scoop?
scooping.
He must have not brought it in.
I'm curious to ask him and see if he
Yeah.
had brought in Empty the Warrens,
He should have.
or if he had brought
Well,
in other tendrils or not.
Actually, okay, I don't know. I don't know Ant as that well, but I always feel like I have to sideboard cards in Deathblade against Empty the Warrens because like I can sometimes squeak out enough life gain to survive
A Tendrils.
tendrils, but I can't
Empty
always
the
deal
Warrens.
with empty the Warrens.
It's like almost.
Yeah. We were discussing bringing in the like just next level him, just bring in the engineered explosives.
No, I just always do that. I bring in
Ah.
Zealous Persecution against Storm every time.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, so you have Zealous Persecution, you have Engineered Explosives possibly. Do you play Toxic Deluge at all? I feel like you just run Supreme Verdict instead.
I play
wouldn't
Supreme
you?
Verdict.
Yeah.
I don't usually bring in Supreme Verdict, because I also have Vendilion Click and Meddling Mage.
Yeah.
And like Spell Pierce. I have like, a bunch of Flusterstorm and counter spells and
Right.
stuff that come in, so I'm usually
Surgical,
not.
maybe? Did you say that?
I've been flopping between Venzer and Surgical Extraction, but I think Surgical Extraction is better, and I would definitely bring that in against Storm for sure.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, and Rest in Peace. I bring in Rest in Peace too.
Oh, yeah, it's.
If you got it,
Just
you
value.
jam it.
Yeah.
Straight up value. I'm curious if Al Calvin saw the Fatal Push play. But yeah, we didn't know.
It's still
if
it's
he
still
had-
it's still not definitively lethal for Calvin there though, because Matt's gonna end up going up to 22, and I don't know how many goblins he gets.
I don't think Calvin had access to red though. I
He
think
did off of
spent-
LEDs.
I think he spent all 3 of it. He had black mana available, I think.
But he had at least 7, so he could have kept red up.
He would have.
I don't know if he did. I think that's the thing. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he saw the death rate eating.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I'm curious. We'll ask Calvin after this what his thought process was there.
Which game is that?
That was game 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going on to game 3. This is for all the
That was
marbles.
just such a blowout that game was, 4-1.
Jeez, yeah.
Counts for 3. Surgical, Flusterstorm.
Hey, we saw his sideboard cards.
Yeah.
That's good to see. But Matt did show us that he didn't find
there's
any lands.
Therapy in there, it looks like. Come on, show us.
Yeah, he kept 3 black up. That's what it
Is it
looked
a
like
petal?
he
Petal?
showed too. He had 3 black ups. He didn't even have red to be able to cast it anything anyway, even if he wanted to.
So it's Petal, Cabal, Therapy, Island.
Ponder. And a Cabal Ritual. It's okay.
Noble
It's
Hierarch,
not
Brainstorm.
ideal, but it's okay.
Cabal Therapy is going to be pretty cool when Matt resolves a Stoneforge.
That's a Daze and a Force of Will. I think that's a pretty good hand for Matt.
Noble Hierarch.
I mean, does he have the land? He does have the land.
Yeah, he doesn't have any threats though. I mean, I guess Noble Hierarch's technically a threat in a sense against Storm.
I think you want to see your
Noble Hierarch's-
interaction first and your threats later.
Calvin is just
So my
shuffling away this Ponder here.
So I don't know. So like with Days, it becomes a lot weirder. And I don't play with Noble Hierarch, but my feeling when I play against Ant is like I am most terrified of turns like 1 and 2. Well, turn 1 nothing's gonna happen, but like turn 2 I'm like terrified because like
Right.
I can't do anything before turn 2, and just like I have to hope that I have the right counter magic to deal with your stuff.
Yeah.
Did you draw another Cabal?
I don't usually like leaving in Daze on the draw, but this is a matchup where
You almost have to.
counter
a little
spells
bit, yeah.
are worth their weight in gold.
Definitely.
I mean, I would rather have Spell Pierce.
so Cabal Therapy. What is he
Really?
doing here?
Probably
I mean,
Force
That
of Will.
feels really greedy.
That's usually the go-to.
Especially since Calvin's hand is so slow. I feel like it's really greedy to do that.
I agree. I don't know that I would have used the pedal there, but I'm guessing he's hitting Days or Force. No,
Nope.
looks like not.
Looks
Probably
like
said
he
Stoneforge
lived.
then,
I think he maybe named Flusterstorm.
or Flusterstorm. That seems valid. I don't know if I would have blind named Flusterstorm. I would have probably gone for something more likely, like a.
Like a
Like
wait,
a
they're
Daze.
bringing in maybe 1 Flusterstorm, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So I think
Like-
maybe he used that pedal on that.
No, pretty much guaranteed just
And
one.
Cabal Therapy, 'cause he had a
Calvin
second Cabal Therapy
has
in his
another Cabal
hand.
Therapy,
So
yeah.
he was either use it now or just don't use it
He's
almost.
just trying to get info.
Yeah.
And
I don't
so,
know if I like playing Death Right here. I think I would have played the Noble Heart.
So now he's set up to fetch and go and Cabal Therapy a second time with information.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But
what
not
he
really,
was
because there's a
planning,
brainstorm.
but-
Well,
he's
he
tapped
can't use
out.
it. Can't use
Yeah.
it. That's true. You can hit the brainstorm, which would be kind of good.
It might have been better to Cabal Therapy twice in the same turn, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Number one, I would not name Flusterstorm. I would name a very plausible counterspell. So Daze or Force really would have been my blind choice.
Force.
And he didn't even Cabal Therapy.
He didn't even name Brainstorm, which would have.
This is
like,
weird.
What did he?
I don't know what's going on.
The LED's an interesting. I guess he's probably.
Oh, he sees the Wasteland. I don't think he wanted to go find an underground sea with the Wasteland impending.
Oh, maybe that was his plan, was to do the second Cabal, and his plan changed because he saw the Wasteland.
Just
And you can't go
changes.
grab basic swamp.
Yeah.
Well, the Death Right's actually kind of useless right
think
now.
that
That's why I
just-
think I would have played the normal Hierarch at least.
I think there's also a possible chance here that he's not playing the fetch land to keep the Death Right off.
Of being able to use any sort of mana,
Yeah.
whatever.
Just
you
in case he
can't,
draws,
you
like,
can't, you can't eat anything with Death Right now anyway.
I just realized bringing in Bob means you can flashback Cabal Therapy pretty easy. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it definitely does. You're right, Jorgensen. It does keep Death Right off too. What was that?
Bringing in Bob makes Cabal Therapy flashback easy.
Yes, it does. Yeah. I'm done with you. Go away.
Dude, Bob seems sweet in Ant.
Yeah, it seems really...
Yeah, 2 out of the board. They
And
boarded out all
this
the
in this
removal.
matchup in particular seemed really good because the places where Ant starts to struggle is when he kind of if it starts to like sputter and not have anything going on, then it gives Deathblade time to catch up. If you have Bob, like you can catch up before Deathblade can kill you,
Yeah.
which is really strong.
I mean, it does suck if you like passive flames off the top of the Bob. But
Yeah,
guess
but I
it's
mean,
the
like if
same
you
thing
but
as
if you
would
top
do with
if
an
you
ad
top deck
nauseam.
if you top deck that, like you're just gonna be dead anyway. Like
Right.
you just don't want to draw that anyway.
Right. But even with an ad nauseam, you'd be taking 5 off of that.
And it's
anyway, right?
probably better to draw that off of a Bob anyway, because then you at least draw out of it and still get another card.
He finds an Infernal Tutor off of his Brainstorm.
He might be able to go off.
What's he shuffling back?
Not
Putting on top, but
I saw what it was, but I
If
think
he
he's
tries
putting a
to-
Lotus Petal and a land. I think that's what I saw. And putting a Volcanic Island is something else. He's gonna be drawing these back anyway.
Well, no, because he could fetch and go off.
So what got dazed? A Lotus Petal? Lotus Petal got
There's
dazed.
a volcanic and
Lotus Petal.
yeah.
I like that. Just
yeah. There's no reason for him to hold on to the land here. I don't think.
So he's putting back on top the tutor.
Yep.
So that means he's just definitely not going off this turn.
Wait, but he put
Right.
the pedal.
What's going on?
Wait, what? Really?
what is he doing?
So he's
He's just really keeping this Death Right Shaman.
Wait, where did the tropical island go?
Oh, it got dazed. There was a daze on a Lotus Petal
Oh,
a while back.
Okay.
so he's
now-
trying to clear the
Just the force
path?
of will. But he
Yeah.
can't go off because he put the.
I think he's setting up going off next turn, because next turn he's going to draw his tutor. He's going to have enough mana available to play it, and then
Acid Flames? Will he?
not.
No, he doesn't have the mana to do that because he only has one black source. Does he have a ritual in hand?
No.
Oh, he got rid of his Lotus Petal.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have a threshold. Like, I don't think he has. I don't think he can go off next turn.
No, he has a Lotus. Yeah, he used his Lotus Petal, but he's got an Infernal Tutor on top and then a Volcanic Island.
Why is he picking up his land?
He's debating on if. Well, okay, so he's debating on whether he wants to Wasteland the Flooded Strain and force Calvin's Hand or not
Oh man.
to be able to cast that Brainstorm. So now, Calvin, you fetch if you have to. No matter what, Matt's gonna get a land in the graveyard. You may as well get the value out of it. There you go.
Well, I mean, the question is, does he value having a land or that Infernal Tutor more? And that's actually a legitimate question, but I think he has no black mana otherwise, so he needs that land. And he's not going to be able to go off next turn anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been using those Lotus Petals a little too aggressively, I think. I mean, he wanted to keep the Deathrite Shaman off of, be able to do stuff, which was relevant, but
So there's a
don't know.
daze. He looks like he's gonna put back
The
Force
waste.
of Will.
I will say this. I will say this, Jorgensen. The waste was a brilliant play.
No, the waste
I didn't
was
even
good.
see. I didn't actually see that.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. That was really good.
no, I just
He probably didn't feel great about that, but he should.
I mean, it doesn't feel great to be at no mana, except that he actually is at 2 mana,
Which is the same as Calvin.
and so like,
Technically, he's at 3 mana. When he plays
yeah, when he replays that Tropical Island, yeah, like
Yeah.
he's actually doing real well. And he eats the thing, so he keeps off Threshold, which is really relevant.
Yeah.
Man, no, like this is a real good spot for Matt, even though it kind of doesn't look like it.
Oh, he named Stoneforge Mystic. And he actually hit it.
So that was smart for Calvin to name Stoneforge instead of Force of Will. That was
Yeah.
very, very smart.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to be drawing it back.
Yeah.
He's back on Threshold, though. As far as that's relevant.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Like,
He could take him off of it is just as easy again, though.
well, no, because he doesn't have black mana.
Oh, you right. Wow.
Oh man, I'm so tired. I don't know why. Swing for 2!
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Threshold's a thing.
Threshold is a thing.
Not Threshold.
Exalted. They're both a thing.
We were both talking about Threshold. There's Surgical.
Surgical.
Do you Surgical the Cabal Therapies?
Oh, the lights just went off.
Do you Surgical the Cabal Therapies? I'm just kidding. No, you don't. No. That seems really bad.
Pro tip. Don't surgical the Cabal therapy.
At least against Storm. I feel like against Young Pyromancer decks it's sometimes
reasonable.
Okay. I still think
If you wanna protect your
pick something
hand.
different, but
Or if you know that
You're
they have
gonna.
it.
I just.
I don't
I
think
mean,
you
in
ever
all
should.
seriousness, you should pretty much just always, unless you have a reason to play that surgical extraction proactively, just wait until they try to go off and then use it when they play Fast and Flames. Just be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless there's an Infernal Tutor in the graveyard, and then I would hit the Infernal Tutor always.
Oh yeah, that's
always just hit it.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I think you definitely hold. like,
Probably.
hold
I would
it right here.
I'd probably hit the Infernal Tutor every time. Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe LAD, maybe
No, I wouldn't hit
against Tess. I would hit LAD more though than Ant.
I don't know Tess as well.
Tess is the Burning
Yeah.
Wish.
No, I know that I haven't played against that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think I would hit that too.
By the way, this is not
What
important,
is that
but
card?
the Dark Dramatic
Fatal Push.
The Dark Dramatic reverse cam is definitely a better look.
Is it?
I don't know. It is.
It looks like we're like in a scary movie or something.
My glasses are just like shining.
We don't know, but the lights turned off.
Give you a little bit of light.
Bright light,
They're on
bright
a
light.
timer if they don't see anything happening.
Yeah.
I was asked to give this to you.
Oh, thank you. I asked for ones, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll give you change if you want.
He didn't even flash anyone.
I can't. PG, man.
The chat asked for you to flash everybody.
Clarky did
Surgical
ask.
brainstorm. I don't know if I would surgical brainstorm honestly. Like,
No, that's what he's saying. It's not awful, but yeah, it's probably better to hold it. And like hitting Lotus Petal would be good, except for Calvin's used 3 of his Lotus
Yeah,
Petals,
no.
so like.
I really just like for Matt's position, I want to just like solidify my capacity to screw him over. So holding every single hate card as long as possible just seems better.
Definitely.
Is this the fourth discard
that
spell
labeled?
played on the ant side?
Yeah, it is labeled. Which he should have drawn.
Oh man.
No, I think he did.
Did he? Yeah.
I
He
think
should have drawn before, and Calvin would have a chance to see that.
Yeah,
card.
he's just flipping over the
There he
card.
goes. Aethersworn Cannons.
Oh!
I think Matt feels really happy about that.
Yeah, a card that can't get duressed that's just bonkers.
Yeah.
Takes the Force of Will.
Should have taken the Aethersworn Cannons.
Untapped.
Just kidding. He can't. I know.
the Dark Camera describes what news channels said MTG was like in the mid '90s.
Or
Time was just called.
I'll go tell him.
Okay, thank you.
thanks. Calvin's in a really rough spot here. Matt drawing that Aethersworn Cannons was very, very solid. You know what I ever noticed like when we do this? Like it always like we don't necessarily pick a side, but it's like we definitely want to see what this deck can do to get out of the situation. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. Like
Yeah, I love seeing people come back because I count people out way too early, and just the comeback, I'm just like, oh,
it's happening. Yeah. I can see that.
I love being proved wrong.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
Especially in Magic, like in Legacy, it's always interesting to see how decks can come back out though. From
Honestly, I
being
think that's my
almost
favorite
down and
part
out.
of coverage is I get to say things and they're just vetted by the community because everyone just will call me stupid if I'm wrong. So it's like I get a personal fact checker for.
I agree, Jorgensen. It's kind of interesting to see like how can how can Calvin Plains Ant get out of this?
That's the Storm deck does. I feel like all the time is like against all odds. Like I've heard pro people be like, it feels like it loses the games that you feel like it should win, and wins all the games that you feel like it should lose. Yeah.
Because you can easily
Am I
draw.
boring you?
No, I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. There's the surgical extraction.
On. Is it the Fatal Push?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the only card that gets him out of this.
Yeah, I think that shores it up right there. Yep, they're just gonna
Yeah,
skip
just
it
gonna
up.
skip it up. They did that in time. Just in time.
Just in time. I'm trying to think of a joke or pun with just in time, but there's
Who's Justin? Because we're on just in time.
we're on his time.
I don't know.
Justin's time.
I'm sorry. I tried.
That was bad.
I'm a bad person.
It's true. All right. So how much time is left? That was time. Okay. So round 3 is gonna get started here pretty soon. Fairly soon, I would argue. Unless we have another go to time for 5 minutes like we did last
Do you know
time.
if it's a 3-round tournament or 4?
I assume 3. I'll go check.
Probably 3.
So let's go set up the next one.
One would doth imagine it would be 3. That look though. 3. It's 3.
So
Okay.
final round.
So we got final round coming up here soon.
There's two matches left. That's
Yeah, I haven't seen this Deathblade. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like Bantblade.
Yeah, it looked more like the Bant Deathblade lists that I'd seen hovering around with like
Yeah.
Noble Hierarchs, and some of the jankier ones had like the new Tamio.
Yeah.
The Leovold, once I saw that, I was like, yeah, this is a lot less of like Esper Deathblade, and it's a lot more like that Bant list.
Well, who was it? Was it Reed Duke that was playing the Bant Splash Black for Leovold deck several months back?
Well, so at Kentucky, Reed Duke was playing that Sultai Leovold True Name deck. It was like the first version of the Sultai control.
Right.
I don't recall there being any white in that deck.
There was a Bant Splash Black for Deathrite Shamans and Leovold, if I remember right. At some point.
I know what you're talking about. I don't think that was Reed Duke, but yeah,
it was
I
Reed
know
Duke.
I know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
It was some other pro that. Well, I think maybe it was Reed Duke playing it online. Maybe that's what it was. Because
Oh,
I remember
maybe.
it was running around a lot
What deck?
online. Just like it was like Sith Bant, like Bant plus Black. Basically,
Oh, yeah,
they were in
yeah.
Swords of Plowshares and Leovolds,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to remember what pro was playing that a lot on MTGO.
It was Reed Duke.
Was it Reed Duke?
There was a couple
That's
though.
what I thought too. I think that was the thing is that he was talking about bringing that to Kentucky, but then decided to take something else instead. I think that's what happened. Oh, so there's Legacy round 4. So let's go. Do you want to go grab whoever, or do you want?
The top people, sure. If we haven't seen that matchup 1,000 times.
Mine. I thought you were gonna forget about it.
No.
What do you guys want to see play today? Is there anything spectacular you want to see? We saw Pox last week. I don't think that's going to be in the top tables right now. I think that he had lost round 1, but no, 3 rounds, sadly. No, we're not doing 4 rounds. I wish we were doing 4 rounds, but just 3 today. I think we've been cutting back to 3 a lot. I'm not exactly sure why. I just think a lot of people were getting a little magicked out and don't want to, and it's summer. Everybody's going camping and doing things on the weekend, yard work, all that fun stuff, so. Showing off what they brought in. So Thoughtseizes, Aethercanis, Surgicals. There's actually a lot of sideboard cards for Matt's side to bring in against Calvin there. So what decks do you guys play? Anything fun, exciting? Any of you ex-Miracles players that are now trying to find a home again? I know there's a lot of people here who are playing Miracles right now. They're kind of jumping around, especially with that topless Miracles deck going around right now. Or the unexpected Miracles, as some people are calling it. I kind of want to call it Spring Break, just because topless Jace to me is just funny. But I don't know. That's just me, I guess. But I still think they should call topless Miracles Spring Break. I'm just saying.
They're calling it
Unexpected Miracles.
Unexpected
Which I get. That's a good name. I like the name. I just like Spring Break. Man.
So Paul is
Full English breakfast for cephalid breakfast. I don't think I can make that happen, unfortunately. Who's playing what?
Matt is still Matt,
Okay.
and the other one is Paul, and he's on Death and Taxes.
We already saw this matchup today.
Did we?
Not this exact one, but just Death and Taxes,
Against a deck that
First.
runs.
True Name Nemesis and stuff. Yeah. What is English breakfast? I've heard of this deck, but it was when like I first started playing Magic, so I
Yeah,
don't
I've-
really remember what it is, and I don't even know what cephalid breakfast is. That's like
I'm looking it up.
I think
out
you
of
can
curiosity.
post the link. I'm not sure. You might be able to.
The worst thing that's gonna happen, I
If-
think, is just your post is gonna get deleted.
Here, do you want to look it up?
Me?
Now I'm really curious to know what these are.
Full English breakfast.
Was it 2012?
Yeah, Grizzlebrand, Kushko the Evening Star, Phage, Platinum Angel. So it's got some fatties, Psychotog, Putridam.
Volrust, as long as the top card of your library, your graveyard is a creature card. Volrust. Here, just do this. I don't know if those are popping up or not. We're gonna. What is the other one called? Cephalid.
Yeah, Cephalid Breakfast is the one that it uses a whole bunch of like 1-mana creatures that have like 0 mana target a creature abilities, and then there's like a Cephalid with like every time it's targeted, somebody mills the top three.
The top three.
Yeah, Cephalid Illusionist is like the combo piece of the deck, and then Nomad's Encore are what is a 0 mana damage ability, or prevent damage ability, or redirect.
Huh.
Yeah, so you just use the 0 mana ability to just target your own creature
And just
over and over
mill
and over
yourself.
again. And you mill yourself, and so that you have all these cheap creatures. And it's just another Dread Return deck, I believe.
Huh. I want to play that deck now. That sounds awesome.
Or is it? I don't see Dread Return in this actually, but there's Exhume. Let's see. No, this isn't the right deck.
That's not. That's like close. Yeah, that's Cephalid Breakfast. That's the wrong thing. Hit back on that. I posted that on accident. We're not even paying attention to what's going on in the field anymore.
Anyway,
We know
yeah.
how Death and Taxes and Deathblade works. I want to figure out what this deck is.
Okay, we see a turn 1 Aether Vial off of a Caracas,
There's one on the MTG top 8. Let's do that.
answered by a Deathrite Shaman.
I want to play this deck. This deck looks sweet. So it plays Angel of Glory's Rise to bring back Azami, which means you can draw
Angel of
cards.
Glory's Rise brings back everything in your deck.
Except for Cephalid Illusions, which is fine. Oh, it plays
Yeah.
Laboratory Maniac, so you just mill your entire deck,
Bring it back with
bring
the
it
Angel.
back. I want to play this. What?
All right.
Do you? This seems really bad.
It's not going to put you out very much money. Most of these creatures are like commons. I guess there's Stoneforge Mystic in this deck.
Does it not play? It plays one Dread Return. Oh, it does play Narcomoebas. Oh, I want to play this deck. It's like what Four Horsemen wants to do, but you can do it a little differently. You don't go to time playing it.
So Paul has just been Rashad importing Matt.
It looks sweet. This one at least has Stoneforge Mystics in it and Recruiters, so you can go find your pieces if they fall off the bus.
These are the
which seems really good.
this is the kind of deck that someone brews and it dies to Force of Will.
Why
But
don't they just put this in Allurin? It's bad. Actually, except for your whole combo gets hit. You can cast your whole combo, except for Laboratory Maniac,
Yeah.
off of Shardless Agent. Which isn't bad.
Oh, look,
Anyway.
it's got Vial, so I mean, it's
It
got
does
a
play
little bit of
Aether
force
Vials.
protection.
Yeah. It has Cavernous Souls.
If you wanna win off of 1/1s and 2/2s and
plays-
a janky combo, this
Yeah.
Cephalid Breakfast is your deck. All right. So yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Death and Taxes has just been Rashad importing
So-
him every turn with an Aether Vial up
Yeah,
that
so
he's just slowly
Friction
ticking up.
Revoker's probably named Deathray Shaman, right?
Yeah, I'd put money on that. So he's gonna keep down his, what is that, a green?
No, that's a Tundra, blue-white.
Oh, blue-white, okay. He finds a Wasteland, which is relevant to
Attack for 1.
blowing up his Rashad Port that's been keeping him down if he ever wants to get his white back.
Yeah, he can also hit Caracas too, though. But Paul has a second Caracas in his hand.
Yeah, I think Caracas is much worse than...
So we got a Forcible, another Deathrite Shaman on Matt's side. Forcible's not going to be doing a whole lot with those Aether Vials sticking around, unfortunately. So you uptick to 3 or you keep on 2? Oh, he keeps on 2.
I think he's gonna, at the same time, go to 3 and go to 2.
Yeah, I think you're right. He has another Revoker in his hand too. So
So those Deathrite Shamans are just gonna be 1/2s for a while.
this is the same Deathblade list. Yeah, Matt is they're the undefeated right now. So Matt's
Yeah, we
Stay
usually
where
stick
he's
with
at.
the undefeated people for the top list unless there's like something super interesting or the
Yeah.
chat wants to see.
right. We usually trade on that round 1. So and there's the Wasteland for the port at the end of turn. So Paul's got another Revoker. Stoneforge Mystic. That'd be a really good thing to revoke. Except for you have Stoneforge Mystics too. So do you really want to name that? That feels bad.
I think it depends on the board state.
I think it depends on if you have your own
And-
Stoneforge Mystic,
Yeah.
which I don't think Paul does.
You
I
can,
think- I don't
you
think
can
you
kind
grab
of you
Sword
can kind of
Fire
turn
Eyes.
your Revoker at that point
There.
into a True Name Nemesis if they really don't want to block it because they don't want it to die, and it just attacks through every turn. So
Wait, say that one more time.
if they don't want you to lose your Revoker because you have a Stoneforge Mystic in play, it can just attack through every turn because they can't block it. So it's a pseudo True Name because they can't interact with it without something really bad happening.
Yeah. It's just a free 1 damage.
I mean, they do get to choose when it happens, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's at least interesting. Take the 1.
Take it. Paul does have a Sword to Plowshare too, so he could realistically just Swords the Stoneforge. I like that he just Aether Vialing in. No, he's not Aether Vialing the Revoker.
Goes up to 3 and 2 on his Aether Vials.
I guess he could just name the equipment.
He finds
I
another
like that
port.
too, depending on what's going on. I like the idea of just naming the equipment. Let Matt put it into play, expend his resources to do that, and then just name the equipment. It seems pretty good.
That does. Like, Better Skull's the exception of, like, it's already done its work by the time it's hit the battlefield.
Yeah. Tap your Stoneforge there.
Gets a GT.
You also do have Swords to Plowshare. You could just
does the-
STP whatever.
Yeah, he plays
tries
the
equipping it
GT
to.
at instant speed in response to the Rashadan port, which is kind of neat.
I mean, it's not ideal. It's not what Matt wants to be doing, but it's
No.
better than getting tapped out.
Yeah. He would still have access to it, like, off of the Deathrite Shamans, but he doesn't want to be using those mana unless he
Is this,
really has
is
to.
this end of turn, or is this...
This looks like end of turn
he's gonna
since he hasn't
name-
untapped his
yeah.
lands yet.
So I'm going to try to make...
Oh yeah, that other Revoker is on those Death Rights.
Revoker, gonna go find a Flicker Wisp. So you can flicker his recruiter, get value off the recruiter.
Maybe even go find another Flicker
Like,
Wisp.
go find another Flicker Wisp. Seems really good right here.
Is he? It looked like he was about to play that Caracas.
I think he was thinking about it.
You gotta tap before you play the Caracas because you don't get to respond to that trigger. It's not a trigger. It's just one of your Caracases.
Trying to get
dies.
some guys out of the way, some blockers out of the way.
It's like it exiles, right?
Yeah, why did he put it in his graveyard?
Oh, he was saying that you gain a life.
No. I think Matt put it in his graveyard.
I know,
though.
but that's why he turned it around.
What do you mean why he put it in?
He picked up the card out of his graveyard and was like, "Hey, look,
I
you
know,
gain a
but,
life."
but Matt also didn't
Yeah,
exile
that's a problem. You should go and run over
So
there.
you name that on one. That's super confusing. Yeah, we know this is on Death Ray Shaman, you guys. I don't know what else to do there.
We're not gonna know which of those dies. Like if either
Here,
of those.
I'm gonna go
dies.
fix that real quick.
Okay. You see a Wasteland for Matt. That's gonna let him play that Stoneforge Mystic in his hand. She's just gonna go and do Lickety-Go Split. We see 2 Force of Wills for Matt that are just sitting idle in his hand. He has the blue cards for him, but those Aether Vials aren't ever gonna let him play it. Like he's able to defend against Swords to Plowshares, and that's about it. Which kind of makes me surprised that he wouldn't have countered that one Swords to Plowshares. I'm gonna go let Rich in. So yeah, I just noticed that Matt's hand is just full of Force of Wills, and he let Paul's
Aether Vials resolve?
no Swords to Plowshares.
Oh. Well, I mean, the Death Ray Shamans aren't really doing anything anyway, because there's a Friction Invoker blanketing them, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Is that, like,
that's
they're
probably
not
it.
doing anything anyway, so, like,
So
why
he's just
fight
fine with
over
it.
swords? Yeah.
So he's got Mother
Some
of
other
Runes.
Should I make another one for the Jit?
Did he?
Jite?
Are they discussing how that Mother of Runes came in play, even though that? Oh, it's non-creature spells.
He's casting the Mother Runes.
I forgot that Sanctum Prelate was non-creature spells.
Yeah.
I'm just used to like I was thinking Aether.
Flicker Wisp! Target my recruiter!
Not Aether Vial.
Flicker my recruiter!
Get my recruiter
Go
back instant.
find stuff! Yeah, do things. Totally. Yeah, let me go do that. What does he go grab here? Now they have a Flicker Wisp though, like grabbing a Sword of Fire and Ice seems really good because you can just hook it up to your Flicker Wisp.
What is he getting?
Oh
off
my
of?
gosh, he's recruiter. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was jumping ahead. I was like, recruiter, go find Stoneforge
Yeah,
Mystic,
getting
put
a
Stoneforge Mystic
Stoneforge.
into play, going and grabbing Stormfire.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah.
I'm like jumping way ahead. And he goes and grabs a Revoker. Revoker. I don't know how I'm going to keep track of everything that these guys are named.
He's just decided to put 4 cards on top of each other for clarity.
Yeah, let's see what he names.
I could see a redundant Jite.
So why did
Or-
you tap 2? Oh, he's porting. He's just preemptively porting. What did... I'm curious when he named the Revoker.
I would
We
say
know that this one's...
he's saying that he said Stoneforge Mystic with it he put it in front of it to signify
Okay.
that.
So we have a Stoneforge Mystic one, we have a Jitte one, and we have a DRS one. I don't know if it's even worth trying to put him down.
Because he just keeps moving.
He could be just like nuke the one that's the Stoneforge, and he might just move it.
Yeah, and now that they're right in
So,
front of each other,
Let's just
like-
do this, actually.
What?
I don't know. I'm just gonna blanket this. We know that they're all
Yeah.
blanketed. We'll figure it out later.
So, okay, do you know who he's targeting with Click? It's already resolved.
I think he targeted himself and didn't leave anything.
So just a 3-1 with flying.
Yeah. Maybe he targeted Paul, and Paul. I think Paul just flipped the Oleander a Caracas in his hand. 3.
3,
Block.
block with
Okay.
my flyer.
Womp womp womp.
Back to a stalled board state.
Paul does have a batter skull, which is pretty good. So he's not gonna be able to put it down anytime soon. You need 2 more lands or to find a Stoneforge Mystic. At the same time, like, I don't know, it kind of makes sense to not grab your own Stoneforge Mystic and just go and, you know what I mean, revoke Matt's, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, that's rough. I don't know. True name.
It's a close decision. Okay, true name.
I think
breaks-
that's the problem, is like, eventually at some point you know that
A
Matt's
true name
going
is
to be
gonna
getting a
come
true
down.
name. Yeah, and you need to be racing that at all times. It
And-
needs to be in the back of your mind, you know.
Since he named Stoneforge, yeah, he cut himself off from his own batter skull.
Right.
And, like, he could have just kept going with his engine of,
Flicker Wisp, we need more Flicker Wisps.
yeah, Flicker Wisp will get more Flicker Wisp.
Oh, hey, look, he put the Revokers over. That's
yeah,
cool.
said that.
You did you?
Yeah, like
Oh.
a couple times.
Yeah, sorry, man. That happens a lot. Like, I'll say something, or you'll say something. We're like, oh yeah, this thing is cool interaction. It's like we just talked about this. Like, yeah.
Back to life parody.
Yep. That's not a bad draw.
What did you draw?
Horizon Canopy. Because you can jam the Horizon Canopy.
Just
and
immediately draw a
immediately
card.
draw, or he could try to cast the Batter School, but the problem is you need
He needs another man.
two more lands because there's a Thaw You out.
Oh gosh. You're seeing how much the Death and Taxes actually taxes itself. He can't cast any.
Yeah, that's the Revokers. I think were as strong as they were. I
He
think
says
that they were not.
stack block with these two guys.
Take the DRS, yeah. Which actually I think is what Paul wanted, because now he can cast Battle Scroll next turn. Know what I mean?
No, he can't.
Other than that is a thing too.
Wah again.
Well, Matt was very, very patient with that Wasteland on that port. Very, very patient. Crack this.
Oh. Sees a wasteland.
We could take off Matt's White Source. It looks like Matt has, is that a Sword of Plowshare, or is that another Stoneforge Mystic in his hand? It's hard to tell. Do you get-
He'd rather it be a
Hey,
Stoneforge.
you got a Stoneforge that he can't use. He could gas it and go find stuff, which is good. Or not cast it, but Aether Vial it in and get stuff, which is good. I wonder if you just start attacking with Revokers. Other than
the ones
Jitte.
that
Other
are-
than Jitte.
Yeah, with the one that's on the Stoneforge Mystic, probably.
I think at least with the one that's on Deathrite Shaman, you do that one too.
Or do you wait until you get your own Stoneforge Mystic actually into play?
Look up Seek the Prelate.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that it's everybody.
Yeah, it's non-creature spells that come back house can't. Equal
Yeah.
to chosen number can't be cast. Yeah, I think you attack with that.
The Deathrite Shaman one.
I would attack with the Stoneforge Mystic one, to be honest.
Oh gosh, that's hard. Because Matt's gonna be able to put in his own Batter Skull before he is.
Matt have his Batter School though? Matt doesn't have his Batter School.
But I think that's what Paul's scared of.
Yeah, I don't think you should be that scared about that though.
Well, if you lose anyway, you just say, yeah, I'll take the risk. Let's do it.
Then you just bump Batterskulls until he equips to his turn name, and then that really hurts.
Let's tango. Reading it, it's like, yeah, I don't get to cast this Swords of Plowshares. Let's just stare at each other.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, the white source doesn't matter. Yeah. Go find Sword of Fire and Ice.
Okay, now is when he feels okay attacking with that.
See, I think you should have done that anyway, because you knew you were gonna go do that. Why would you grab Jitte? You have a Revoker on Jitte.
Because he
I
can-
guess Sword of Fire and Ice might be in the sideboard. That's probably why.
I don't like that.
It might be. It might be in the sideboard.
Well, it's supposed to be in the main deck. It goes in the main deck.
It could be in the main deck. I think I would have grabbed Sophie because you named Jitte on one of your Revokers.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
That feels really bad.
Like, what's going on here?
Like, it feels really, really bad.
Right.
You're just gonna...
You get your mom. Your mom comes into play. Just causing rich migraines.
Gosh. You're leaving me dazed? No, you leave... no. You just had to force that joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Legacy, we make a lot of the same puns over and over and over again.
You know what's kind of cool that I learned this week?
What?
Do you know the card that Abrupt Decay is killing?
Oh, it's
The Cyclops.
Nivix Cyclops.
Yeah, I completely forgot that.
That's why I like that art. Do you remember the Nivix Cyclops thing?
Oh, I play Pauper. I live it.
No. I mean, like,
Okay.
like that one PPTQ. Was it PPTQ? No, it was a PTQ back when they were just PTQs. But it was a standard one.
Mm-hmm.
And I died. I was safe. I had a Centaur healer and an Abrupt Decay, and the Centaur healer with the 26 life. And on their turn 4, they one-shot me for exactly 20.
That card's powerful.
For 26, I mean.
Yeah.
And I should have left the Abrupt Decay up.
It
And
has
so, like,
4 toughness.
Ian just kept giving me Nivix Cyclopses and hiding
Oh,
them in
yeah.
all my binders. Do you remember that? That was like
Yeah,
years
just
ago.
to make you
Anyway,
salty.
Sorry, like random backstories, but so attacking with the Stoneforge Mystic Revoker, which we wanted to happen last time when Matt didn't know about the information about the Stoneforge Mystic. I don't know if I like
Rich,
trading here.
just attack already.
I don't know if I like Matt's idea of jumping with trading with the Stoneforge Mystic because now Paul has the open to put. Well, okay, so Paul went and grabbed Jitte. Matt knows that Paul has a Jitte and that Revoker's on Jitte. So that might be why Matt is okay with that trade. But I also
Yeah.
think, but Paul is not able to just go Batterskull, which is pretty relevant here.
Keep swinging in. Oh. Because this is the point where I start to question actually swinging in. He's going to count. He drew a Brainstorm this turn, which is essentially a brick.
He also attacked with Signet Prelate too, though, which is pretty good. It's 3, go to 5. Okay, we can do this now.
Ta-da!
Are you guys seeing the little card text things that I'm putting on the cards at all? Is that popping up for you guys?
Yeah.
I think it should
They
be.
gotta be. Oh, where did our dashboard go?
Put that Batterskull in play.
That Batterskull has been in his hand for turns and turns and turns. And that...
Yeah, you guys can see it? Okay, thank you.
That one dice is...
We're just trying a new view, and it's helped us so we can be able to see what's going on a lot better.
That
but
one dice is a germ token, I believe.
They do keep moving their cards around. Luckily, the Signet Prelate's sticking around.
I'll just...
Well, if you make
I'll
it
move
big
it with
enough, then it just always is on top of the card. There you go. That's funny. Ooh, Matt's at 2 now. That really swung around really, really quickly. So the Revoker plan got there.
It was convoluted.
It was convoluted,
It
and I
took
think it was a
forever.
little unnecessary.
Yeah,
But it did get there. It did get there. I think that port really helped a lot, and that Signet Prelate keeping Matt off of the Source of Plowshare kind of helps
brings
too.
up the age-old question. If it's dumb and it works, is it dumb?
I'm also the kind of person I think that making Rudes Goldberg machines. Rules Goldberg? I don't know.
Rube.
Rube Rube Goldberg machines.
Yeah.
I think that those are annoying and tedious. So
I had to make one of those for science class, and
I-
ours was a
I think
monster.
they're really pretty to watch. I think they're fascinating. But then, like, I've tried building them as a kid, and I'm just like, I can't do this.
They're hard.
I get bored.
we had
way
one
too
that had like a
fast.
15-pound weight that would drop.
Yeah.
It only worked 3 times because the weight destroyed the whole thing
did it?
eventually.
That's funny. We have 20 players in the event tonight. A little bit less than usual. We're suspecting that's because it's summer, you know, and it's a nice weekend out. No, it was
Yeah.
Memorial Day last weekend, but you know, people were out.
If
Oh,
any
hanging
players
out,
are like
camping.
myself and they have allergies, this week has been terrible
Oh,
for allergies,
yeah.
and I could see just being like, I'm tired, and I don't want to play
Yeah.
Magic this 1 week.
The cottonwood trees were killing me.
I don't know what it is,
The
but
cottonwood
I
trees
hate
were
nature
killing me.
right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's like the Rube. Like, speaking of Rube Goldbergs, like the only thing I think I really remember making that was similar to that was like a mouse car or a mousetrap car. Was the
Yeah.
only thing I remember making that didn't like completely make me bored to death making. Which is weird. Like I like engineering, but I hate those things. I don't find them as much fun. Like
It's-
dominoes, people build like intricate, cool domino stuff, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
awesome to like me as a viewer to watch. But like me making that, no,
I liked
no, I'm
dominoes,
good.
but the
It's
mousetrap
not-
thing, I
it's-
never felt like I had the materials to make a good one.
Oh really?
Because I don't have like a shop at home or anything, so I just felt like disadvantaged the whole time. Like I just had like hot glue and some string
That's
and a
what, that's
mousetrap.
what you're supposed to make it out of, though.
But
Like I
then,
used
but then somebody would
CDs.
show up with like a Rector's set and just like,
yeah.
what? How am I supposed to compete with that? It had a catapult on it too.
Yeah, that's fair. It's when you use RoboPro stuff, which I don't even know if that's even relevant anymore. RoboPro, that was big when I was in high school. The Incredible Machine when you were a kid, that was the best Rube Goldberg type game ever. Was it like online at all? Was it somebody just like logged into some
Was that-
website? And
yeah,
played?
is that the one you had to get like those circles that turn?
Yeah, you had circles that turned different directions, and then you had like pulley systems you could attach to them. And I think it was an app too for
Yeah.
iPhones.
And you could
yeah,
make,
I
like-
have. See, that was fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
that one. I really did enjoy that one because you had obstacles. It was like move this block to this location or whatever. It was before the internet.
What?
Oh. No, then I didn't play that.
Was there even time before the
Maybe
internet?
they.
There's no proof of that.
You millennials. Just kidding. I'm a millennial, but
So we did see a Gideon.
Maybe I'm thinking of something different than. Yeah, I haven't played their Incredible Machine then.
Death and
Was it
Taxes.
similar to Rector Set stuff though? Was it similar to Rector Set? I think. I don't know.
Oh, that's not bad.
Just remember like the game Mousetrap a little bit. Which in
I
hindsight,
never
that-
understood how
I
to
never
actually play that
played
game. No one played the real game.
But
They just set up the mousetrap and set it off. And they're like, this is a board game?
is Lemon Party with the little lemons?
No.
No, that's Lemmings.
Don't look up Lemon Party.
This will get you deleted, but you guys should be able to see it.
Mm,
What does that mean? Oh, this will get deleted.
Someone mentioned Lemon Party, so I'm not clicking any links.
I don't know what Lemon Party is.
It's one of those baits that it's like, oh, click on this.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like some awful picture on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't even be talking about it right now.
Fair enough. Okay. We'll just not talk about that one then. There's also... I remember the Lemmings game. That was also a computer game, so... Gator Golf, though. Gator Golf was awesome. Gator Golf
It's
was sweet.
Wikipedia. Okay, if this is something awful, I'm banning you.
Oh, it is. Okay. A computer game series.
Yeah, I never played that.
Oh, I've not played that. It looks cool, though. That looks like a game I would have played.
Looks like Windows 95. Let's see.
Mac OS.
Mac OS.
Windows, Macintosh, iOS, DOS.
First release
3DO.
1993. That was a year
Okay.
after I was born.
That was 3 years after I was born. That's when Jurassic Park came out. That was a good
Old.
year. That was a good year. Jurassic Park came out.
Alright. Magic.
2 mana. I bet it's a Stoneforge Mystic. Do you want to bet?
No, I'd lose that bet because it's a Stoneforge Mystic.
Woo! SFM. Let's see what does Paul got? He's got
Sanctum Prelate. It looks like a artifact.
no.
No, that's just a planes.
I think that's two planes and a port maybe. And he's got his own Stoneforge Mystic and 2 Swords of Plowshares.
Okay.
So I think you just snap off the Swords of Plowshares here.
Oh, definitely. Well, since he got the GT, it's not as relevant.
Dude, Jurassic Park. I remember seeing Jurassic Park in theaters. I was 3, but I remember seeing it. That movie's fantastic.
He's a Gideon. Okay,
And
I
prune
like
juice is actually pretty good.
prune juice is delicious.
I like prune juice.
I'm trying to talk about Magic, Rich.
No.
Okay, sweet.
Ooh.
The
value.
Maki, or
value.
whatever it is.
Manriki Gusari. That thing I can never remember the name of the card. No, it's further down.
It was before the
Just
breakfast.
do the card thing in Manriki.
I don't know how to spell anything. Right here.
Just copy. Yeah, there we go. Boom.
Copy. Pasty.
Alright. Yeah. I mean, he's not gonna get. How much does it cost to cast? 2?
2. And it just destroys
one to
equipment
equip.
for the rest of the game.
And then 1 mana attached.
Yeah, so next turn with 3 mana.
Is it just tap to destroy?
Yeah, tap, destroy target permanent. Or destroy target equipment
Dang, that's really good.
the equipped creature has.
Ooh, we've talked about this too, where we were like kind of wondering when it would be a good time to like get that and whatnot.
Yeah, what the argument was do you allocate a sideboard slot to it? Because it's only good in the Death and Taxes matchup.
It's very good in
And
the mirror match, and
It's only good against Death and Taxes. Well, just Stoneforge Mystic. It's only good against that card in decks that run it.
I don't think he's gonna. He might beat the Jit. He's gonna just jam this, and then
Is this a
equip.
hit? Yes. Equip.
Boom, go.
So he just pays 2 for it.
He just like slapped it on the table and was like, "I put your equipments into play, good sir."
Well, I think it's bold that he didn't wait. He was just like, oh, the
there's
lights
that
went
light
off again.
again. To equip 1 and then just tap, blow that up.
He didn't respect.
That's so good.
He didn't respect Force of Will at all. He paid mana for that.
I think in Matt's situation, you take Force of Will out a lot of times against Death and Taxes anyway.
Yeah.
You can leave Dazes in because it hits Aether Vial, but like yeah.
But I think your
Because-
win percentage with
Well, let's see if we can look through his deck right now if you brought it, if you kept forces in. There's a force.
your win
Yeah, so you
percentage
kept some forces
with
in.
that in play is so much higher that you're just like, I'll wait a turn. I'll play it uncounterable.
He couldn't wait. Yeah, he needed to just get it out there ASAP.
Yeah, okay. The risk reward was just
It
there.
was just there. Well, Paul has the Swords of Plowshares as backup and a Pithing Needle too. The Pithing Needle, I think, is also what kind of gave Paul the reassurance to just jam the Manriki and go. Because
Yeah.
if Matt has the answer for it, or the Stoneforge Mystic, or whatever, you know what I mean, then he just Pithing Needles next turn prevents it.
I think it's funny that if he names Stoneforge Mystic with the Pithing Needle,
Manriki actually
Manriki doesn't work.
Doesn't work anymore, yeah. Because it's activated ability of the creature, huh?
Uh-huh.
Go grab Batterskull.
Look, it's me.
It is you. You're hosting this.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, Pithing Needle is into creature. Yeah. I'm just saying that was what I was getting at. Is like if for whatever reason, Manriki, I guess you can name Jitte with it even anyway. Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Boom.
That's a card that does things relevant right now. Ugh. That's a really rough situation.
Oh man, he wastelands the.
You can't equip it to another creature.
He wastelands the Rashad Port a turn too
Pithing
late.
Needle naming like the Stoneforge Mystic if Matt Path exiled his own Stoneforge Mystic or something.
Yeah, you can always equip it to another creature, but right, it's doing work right now.
Yes, it is. Zealous Persecution. So that's actually really interesting. He could attack here. And depending on whether or not Paul blocks like crazy,
Isn't it a 2/3? No, it's a 2/4 now.
it's a 2/4. Yeah, because it gives it +1/+2.
So if he Zealous Persecution,
It would not kill the Stoneforge, but it would kill the token, I guess. And maybe push some amount of damage to Gideon. That actually seems really bad. I don't think he'd do that. But Matt doesn't really have a whole lot of other options available to him right now.
It's
He
interesting.
kind of has a
though,
bunch of
yeah.
equipment in his hand. But he looks like he is just going to try to attack.
So I bet you Paul's like, what's going on here? And he's Matt's showing the stream. I got the Zealous Persecution. So he sees the block.
Zealous.
His creature goes down to a 1/3. So the Stoneforge
So
is
it's
going to
a
live
2/3.
regardless.
Yeah. It did kill a token, though. And Gideon takes 2.
Making sure to read the card. Don't ever let your pride just make you not read the card.
How did the light not turn in when you came in? That's really weird.
I was like looking for the light switch, but I couldn't see where it was.
What's better, the light on or off?
Off?
Yeah?
Casting official vote right now.
Yeah, a lot of people have said off
On the DL.
actually.
Yeah. No.
It seems worse when somebody has to come in and actually search for cards.
Yeah.
What's doing in the dark here?
How's it going? It's for a fact.
Good.
Good.
Paul,
There's a Manriki on stream.
What jammed the Manriki against
Oh,
Matt.
what?
Matt's hands
The
full
equipment
of
that
equipment.
lets your creature tap and destroy target equipment.
Matt's hand has 3
Of
equipment in
course.
it. And ooh, Paul has another Gideon.
Oh,
He has another Gideon. Do you just? I think he uptick.
Paul's always crushing it.
I would uptick Gideon. Just saying.
That's right. The,
No, no. I'm just
the
saying.
obscure...
It seems like getting a token's pretty good.
so the Pithing Needle.
Deathray Shaman, I imagine.
Yeah, he points at the Deathray
Well,
Shaman.
Paul has another Gideon's learning around to an uptick maybe and just do some beats. What do you name?
Death
We're pretty sure it's yeah, Deathray Shaman.
He
DRS.
pointed to it.
Where did he put his Pithing Needle?
Yeah, compared. He had like 3 friction revokers out, and it got really confusing for a second. And then he just placed the friction revokers over the cards he was naming, which was nice.
He had 3 Friction Revokers
that?
stacked on top of each other.
Thank you, sir.
Confusingly.
How'd you do?
2-1.
Good.
I played a lot of good games.
That was...
for the
Yeah.
most part.
We should have had these guys on camera round 1.
I blind therapy to swords.
Yeah, I
And everyone was like, oh! One card.
Lost our
he-
collective
he-
mind.
He peeled the card, and then I peeled Cabal Therapy, and I had a Shardless Agent that was haunted with Arzon Pontiff, and he had a true name. I was like, what's the worst thing he could have drawn? Swords of Plowshares. Oh, there was Swords of Plowshares, and he...
Never didn't have
Is that
it.
another Stoneforge Mystic you just played?
That's awesome.
Number 3.
Our games was 2 or 3. We played 2 or 3, I don't know.
It was 2.
Oh, cool. That non-matching art
Send them
Stoneforge
out.
Mystic though.
How'd you do?
1 and 2.
That's your first time playing it too, so
Yeah, that
do
was
some practice.
kind of like if I would have put a under over, I would have said like 0.5 wins today.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
just like just depends on the matchup and stuff.
and like in Jund, you have to kind of know a lot of what people are playing to and how their deck works to effectively take it apart with
Yeah.
your Thoughtseize and things like that. You haven't played a whole lot of Legacy yet, right?
No, I played that today, and then I played
Crypt's
it
Cavern.
like 2 months ago.
I assume
Oh.
his name's Human.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's still relatively new to the format. Then
Late enough, so it might be elemental, but probably human.
Yeah, that Sanctum Prelate, like right after, I think.
What's elemental in Death and Taxes?
The Flicker.
Flicker was.
Flicker was-
Oh.
Yeah, which is really really good.
But he does have an Aether Vial, so maybe it's not super
Wait, is
relevant.
ZP a waste of a ZP?
Zealous Persecution.
Oh. Yeah, that was definitely a waste of a Zealous Persecution. Took me a second. That was like 3 minutes ago now.
Is that new tech that people have been playing just because we have just a ton of Death and Taxes here?
It's really good in the set in the mirror match. Yeah, and it's like splash
What type?
kind of good.
Zealous.
Oh, in with Deaths and Taxes?
Yeah.
How do you cast it?
Oh.
No, the
Whoa,
Deathblade
whoa, whoa.
casted it.
Deathblade cast Zealous
Oh.
Persecution.
No, man, I had that in my sideboard forever. That card's sweet.
It also kills.
Yeah.
He said he brought it in
Kills
against
grenades.
Storm.
It's
Yeah.
it's way it's
Oh,
way
that's... Oh, yeah, huh.
good. Yeah,
Goblin
it's
tokens.
way good. It's
way
Guess
good
what,
against
Sean?
Death
He's
What?
attacking with a Gideon like he should have been doing.
Whoa.
So you can make that emblem, that sweet, sweet emblem. Activate. Put it in a thing that's gonna get blown up. That's really rough.
The GTA not. The
What's Prelude
Batter
on?
Skull.
What was that?
What's Prelate on?
2.
2?
2.
Yeah, so he has to cast that off
True
of
name
the
Nemesis.
Ugh.
Stoneforge, but yeah, here comes True Name. I think that's the start of the game turning around.
So
if it's gonna
doesn't
happen.
it unequip it? No, it doesn't. Oh, it's so broken.
Manrique just blows up that GTA like it's nothing,
So good. So good.
making it look dumb that it was even in play.
Paul's getting a little landflow, but he's in a pretty good position here.
He still has a redundant Planeswalker in his
Yeah, I
hand.
like the idea of just now making tokens like crazy.
Gideon is always good. It's ugh. He's so gross.
See, I think I would have animated and attacked one more time.
That,
Personally.
okay, is that two swords in his hand?
Yeah, he's got 2 Swords of Plowshare. Matt's got a Jace and some
A Batter Skull?
Batter Skull. It's not doing anything right now.
I can't even come into play without exploding.
Yeah.
The Jace could kind of.
You could kind of fix that a little bit. You could put some of those back. You know what I mean? At least until he finds an answer to the Manrique.
I think you brainstorm here.
See, I agree, Jorgensen. I think that if I was Paul, I would definitely uptick the Gideon. The other reason why is upticking the Gideon and attacking, yeah, it's going to get blocked by True Name, but it stops True Name from killing the Gideon that next turn.
So we see a Leovold off of that brainstorm.
Whereas now, True Name can just come in and kill that Gideon, no problem.
The Leovold
What's
kind
on
of.
what's the equipment on the True Name? Or is that equipment?
No,
it's
that's
another
a
Stoneforge.
Stoneforge.
It's a Stoneforge.
So the Leovold that he drew makes the Manrique slightly worse, and it makes that Batter Skull in his hand actually do
yeah,
something.
he's actually got a... Except for I think he put the Batter Skull back on top. And he can't crack Blue Delta.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Jace is a big deal here.
It doesn't matter
Did you play the Jace last turn?
this turn. He just barely played
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, but it's
See, he should have
It's Paul's
aimed
turn
it
now,
up.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that Jace is huge here. I think the Jace will probably win in the game. Because, like,
With a True Name in front of it too. Yeah.
Well, he can
so-
bounce the Stoneforge.
so,
this thing,
so the
too.
true name being there is definitely relevant to protect it. But the thing, so I've said this about Death and Taxes a few times, is that I think True Name is a card that is really, really relevant when you have control of the board, and when you don't, it is not great.
Paul does need a Flicker Wisp. He's got Aether Vials for days. He really needs to find some sort of way of gaining some value. Sorry, what were you saying?
So when Matt played the True Name, like it didn't really buy him that much, other than just being able to kind of block Gideon and threaten killing Gideon.
Yeah.
But like he couldn't really favorably attack because he'll just take some damage from the rest of the board. Well, I mean, I guess Manrique isn't like a ton, but like he's not in that great of a position. But with the Jace now, like now he starts building up value, and Paul doesn't have a way to do that.
And I think that's why Paul's just attacking the Jace right here.
Yeah.
Is he realizes he needs to just get it off the field as fast as possible.
Yep.
Which I think if you're in Paul's position, you're kind of okay with these blocks.
He's
because
stacked-
you're just killing a bunch of his guys.
He's gonna get one for each of
With
those tokens, but he's gonna lose all of his
things.
tokens.
Which is fine. You guys,
Yeah.
you have another Gideon. You can make more.
Getting rid of all the death rights is big.
Pithing Needle's already naming the death rights.
Oh, I guess that's true. Okay, that's fair. Good point. In which case, I would have just killed the Stoneforges then.
Yeah.
I think I would have killed the Stoneforges too. I think the trade-off is that you already have an
I wonder
answer
if-
to Stoneforge in the sense that you have Manrique out.
I wonder if-
versus if you have Abrupt Decays, which you can't Abrupt Decay,
I wonder if
guess.
the Pithing Needle's
but-
naming something else.
No.
He like pointed at it right after.
No, that's
so-
true. That's true.
Let's see, even if you can't even Abrupt Decay the Pithing Needle, but Sanctum Prelates on 2, actually, so yeah.
Maybe Paul just isn't even thinking of the option of bouncing Stoneforge, I guess.
I wouldn't.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't either.
I don't think I would.
I have played that deck and I have never actually considered that line.
I mean,
Which I probably should
Well,
have
it's just
at least
that
once. But
like he bounced the Manriki, and it's like a kind of like it doesn't really do anything.
I
Because
mean,
he just
so-
re-equips and like kills whatever you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's interesting, I guess, in my opinion, is like whenever I play Esper Deathblade, I feel like I never need to play another stone. Like I don't need the value on the Stoneforge. Like I just end up getting the equipment that I care about, and then I just need the one.
It's not even that. It's just that it's not fixing a problem, and he's like foregoing
Yeah.
brainstorming.
Right. Whereas Death and Taxes needs to like.
Ooh, he's
there's
got a
a-
Zealous Persecution
another
that he can't
Zealous.
cast. Well, I'll show that thing. That's actually pretty good right here. That's pretty good right here. Prevents True Name Nemesis from being able to kill Gideon.
Zealous Persecution seems really greedy on Matt's mana base.
It's really good against death attacks, though.
If you can cast it.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, this is why I don't like the Bant version of this deck.
because
because
there's too much green.
If
there's
if the
too much
prelate,
green.
if he bounces the prelate, he could cast it off of the Noble Hierarch.
Oh, that's true. Hierarch taps full white. That's true. That's
Yeah.
So you see Thoughtseize. Is that top card? Deathrite Shaman.
Sword of Fire and Ice. So you definitely want to put the Sword of Fire and Ice back. You probably want to put the Thoughtseize back and just. But it feels so bad. It feels so bad.
Why do you want to put the Sword of Fire Ass back?
Because Manriki.
Oh,
Manriki.
man, freaky.
Jurgensen, four-color Deathblade is definitely all about the greed, and that's the problem. Is like I love a good greedy deck, but Deathblade is a mid-range deck. So like if you get greedy, you just lose. Like
Sword of Fire and Ice still triggers us off of hitting Planeswalkers, right?
no, it does
No.
not.
No.
Okay.
It does not count as a player.
Okay. That's something to consider because he could have
Because he could have
played it
if he had
and-
one extra mana. Yeah, he could have jammed Sword of Fire and Ice and equipped it to True Name.
Oh, he had it.
What's Gideon
with
at
the
4?
Noble.
Oh yeah, he couldn't tap the
But
mana.
it got swords there, but you know, mana lasts past the
Well,
creature.
wait. So the True Name. So did he not tap Noble Hierarch for the mana for? Yeah, that's interesting. He didn't use the Noble Hierarch for mana to cast that Brainstorm. He tapped this Tropical Island. That's very interesting. So
Did
the
it-
Swords of Plowshare.
Didn't it have summoning sickness?
No,
thought it was
because he
in play for a
untapped.
while.
It was in play.
He did
last,
untap? Okay.
last time, yeah.
So he finally,
Got rid of the other Gideon.
he got rid of the Gideon in his
with that
hand,
Thoughtseize.
and so the Gideon on the table actually becomes relevant if it dies.
Yeah, oh, you're right. It got Swords to Plowshare in response to combat, which is why I'm curious to know why he didn't use
Oh.
the mana.
But he could still use it for the brainstorm, yeah.
Yeah, you can still use it for the Brainstorm, which is why I'm confused. It's all good.
See, my thought is, there's a solid chance that he just forgot that it didn't have summoning sickness. Like the board is pretty complex here.
Oh yeah. And it's the end of the tournament.
I would have done that.
It's only 3 rounds, but tournament fatigue is a real thing.
That's true. There's another. Oh no, he put his.
Was that? Did I never see? Okay, I thought I saw a Leovold, and apparently I didn't.
I think it was maybe the Zealous you were thinking.
Okay.
Of. Maybe.
Or he could have shuffled it away at some point. That I didn't
Oh
see.
no, he did. He did crack a polluted. But I think he would have wanted to keep the. I think he would have wanted
So
to
does
keep
Paul
that.
does Paul have any allies right now?
Yeah, he has 1/2/2.
He has 1, 2,
right
2?
there, yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow, you can turn it backwards? That's interesting. Sorry, I had to dink around with it. I can't help myself. Paul's really in the driver's seat right now. I think you just animate Gideon and attack Jace.
Yeah, I think so. Getting rid of that Jace has got to be his first priority.
Gideon always just turns into like a 5/5, right? Is that what he does?
Here's a 6/6.
Oh, jeez.
A 6/6?
Pretty sure.
I thought he was a 4/4.
No, I think it's.
We have 3 different numbers here.
He turns into an XX,
I
where
think
X
this
is the number
one-
of loyalty
I
counters he
think
has on.
this one turns into a 5/5 though.
Is it?
I think this one's a 5/5. Yep, 5/5.
I got it.
Man.
Yeah.
You're
that's-
all
No,
wrong.
I
You said
conceded
6/6.
before I checked it. No, I said I think it's a 5/5. I think this one turns into a 5/5.
Sure.
This is what I get for never playing standard.
Hey, this is Legacy.
Yeah.
It's seeing a lot of play in Legacy.
I think it was I didn't say it was a bad card. It's
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in Legacy that much.
So Matt has a Sword of Fire and Ice in play now, and Stoneforge Mystic on Paul's side is tapped.
So you could swing in, get a card,
Yeah,
kill the Gideon.
yeah, I like that. Crack for
he's
5,
at-
kill Gideon. I would kill the Sanctum Prelate. Maybe.
How did he get that court that guy tapped? Did he attack with it? He must have attacked with it.
How did he get a sword?
Yeah, he did.
Did he attack with the creature that has the Manriki?
He animated the Stoneforge. Oh, yeah. And Paul attacked with the Manriki, with the Stoneforge Mystic.
Didn't he know that there was the sword in hand?
So he is going to shoot.
Takes his Gideon.
He could. How did he attack with 4?
No, he attacked with.
No, he didn't attack Jace. His life total went down.
Oh, yeah, he attacked the life total, not Jace.
Which actually, I guess, maybe that makes sense now that
Just-
I look at
just
this. 'Cause
racing.
He's almost just dead.
He's bouncing.
He's dead on board right now.
Bounces the creature.
He's dead on board right now, technically.
So he's gonna count, make sure that with Manriki he doesn't just die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He says
Yeah, it's 6. No, 2, 4, 6.
5.
Manriki gets +1/+2.
1, 2.
Yeah,
What? This is getting bounced. The core is getting bounced.
I think he attacked. I think he did some number of attacking at Jace and life total though. I think that's what happened. So he bounced the Sanctum Prelate, which he can just put back into play with Aether at the end of turn. Which Matt's like, oh, that's a thing. Paul names 1
He-
now.
Okay, so he has the Zealous to save himself for a turn. If he had white, he does have white.
Yeah.
It's not irrelevant. So now he has to choose between attacking
Yeah,
for
it
lethal
saves 3.
and.
It saves 3, so he goes to 3 instead. There's a port. So you just port down the light source now.
He's not expecting this Zealous Persecution at all.
I think you really, really need to blow up that sword though. Right now with Stoneforge
He forces him
to cast it
to
down.
cast it now, so that now he knows. He's like, okay, attacking's not that relevant this
So-
turn. I just get to blow up.
I
your
think you
equipment."
kill Jace. I think you attack with Jace, Sanctum Prelate in the token, and then you activate the Stoneforge Mystic to blow up the sword. That's
Yeah.
what I would do.
Does he still have a Gideon in hand?
No, it got
No.
thought seized.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's too bad.
that was rough, but yeah.
I'm rooting for Matt at this point because he's losing.
Yeah. I mean, Matt
So, okay, so
can
he's
come
got
out of
so
it,
he's got
but-
a summoning sick Manriki Deathrite or Stoneforge, right?
No, he
No,
ended up
flickered
bouncing the
Sanctum
Prelate.
and then there's an Aether Vial. to play.
Aether Vialed it back in.
Oh,
I don't think he
then
saw
doesn't
the
he just
vial.
attack
There
and
we
kill
go.
him?
Yeah,
No, he's Zealous Persecution.
he's zealous.
Ah,
Yeah. Because Paul activated Roshan Port to tap down Matt's white source, so he can respond to Zealous.
God.
And he killed Jace, which was good for
Found a
Paul's
Batter
side.
Skull.
Unfortunately,
For what it's worth,
yeah, actually doesn't do.
it doesn't do anything.
Unfortunately.
It'll force Paul to have to tap down his creature. So it's like a 5 mana tap your creature at sorcery speed, which is much worse than Batter Skull usually
do you attack
is.
with True Name here though?
No, he dies if he does.
Yeah, I feel like you can't.
Well, I guess he doesn't strictly die.
It kills the Prelate and finds him a card.
Yeah, I think you have to do Batter School.
Oh no, that's true. Because it's gonna get through, and he can't just kill the prelate. Yeah, actually, no. I think attacking there was actually better. Because I was forgetting that he could kill the prelate with it.
I forgot that I thought he was gonna sorcery speed that Manriki, but he left it up the whole time, so he just reacted
Yeah.
to him playing the Batter Skull. That's why he didn't attack.
Yeah,
He just would have blown
he
up
didn't
the
need
creature.
to. It was for 1 damage anyway.
Well,
There's no need to
actually,
attack.
so here's what I'm thinking from Matt's perspective now, like rewinding a little bit. I would have waited on the Batter Skull. I would have attacked with the True Name, which would have forced the Manriki to kill the. Well, no, because then
Then he just blows
he
it up
just
when he
blows it
attacks.
up on his next
Yeah.
turn anyway.
There's a Leovold. Jam the Leovold. Jam it.
Yeah, Matt was in a bad spot
He's
there.
gonna react by
See,
killing.
and so like this is why Manrique is good.
yeah,
By the way.
But yeah, it's only good against Stoneforge Mystic decks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's really good against Stoneforge Mystic decks.
Yep. I mean, I think it might. Yeah, it's probably niche, but it might be okay against other Jitte decks. But
I don't know.
Possibly.
it's probably
It's one of those-
just a
Yeah.
just a Stoneforge deck sort of sideboard card.
Yeah,
That's probably fair.
I think that's the case.
I think so too. Yeah, you can animate Aether Vial to put in
Did you get a recruiter?
Yeah,
so end of turn 3 recruiter. Did you just find a 2-drop? Did you just go find something?
So Jorgensen's saying
Oh,
Flicker
you find
Wisp.
that.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it adds a lot of.
Because you're gonna just Flicker Wisp your thing again, just go off. But it doesn't even need it at this point. Like yeah, definitely the recruiter getting you Flicker Wisp is a ton of value, and that was something that Paul needed earlier in the game. But now Paul's just winning the game this turn anyway.
Yeah. It's rough.
Like,
You just go grab.
That's just-
No, you grab that.
yeah, Matt's just dead.
Yeah, because he can actually cast it and equip it this turn.
Yeah,
So you cast, equip it to prelate, and you just kill Matt.
yeah.
But you don't need to cast it, he's going to animate.
No, he doesn't need a way to close it out. He has it. Sword of Fire and Ice on Sanctum Prelate is enough to deal 6 damage.
Well, I think he was talking about the recruiter play. Because you're on the delay.
No,
No,
we're on a delay.
Yeah, there's like
Oh,
a 30-second delay between us and them. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think he's talking about the recruiter play.
Yeah.
It gets swords.
Yeah, that was my.
Because you can't swords.
Why?
Because isn't Sanctum Prelate naming 1?
3.
No, it's a 1 on that Sanctum
sure?
Prelate.
It looks like a 1.
That looks like a 1 to me.
Oh.
It's been a 1 for a while.
Wait. So he must have just died.
He must have- yeah.
Jorgens, there's just a delay between us, and yeah. Wah wah wah. Matt just trying to hold in there. And it's interesting too. Like we saw a much different game with True Name Nemesis compared to your games. Granted, he also saw 3-2 or 3 against you, but
Well,
it's a lot different.
and Deathblade's not the same deck as
No.
that
Sultai.
Sultai Control.
Sultai, yeah.
It's not really. And I'm also a bad Death and Taxes player, so there's also that.
Oh, come on.
I don't think you're bad. You're just inexperienced. There's a
I
difference.
can't remember any like blatant misplays either.
But remember the Flicker Wisp stuff.
You mean
with
other
Stifle,
than the blatantly failing to
pay
properly?
for Thalia?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was the time you cheated, and then there was the time
wasn't
you
a
forgot
bl-
to
it
take
was-
up your Aether Vial. But that's it.
Yeah. It wasn't cheated. It was just a.
I know.
It's definite.
I'm pretty sure there was a time when I could have saved a Thalia too, but I tapped down the Caracas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. That was a very, very close game. That was a very interesting game. I was really surprised to see Paul take down game 1 with all those friction invokers, though.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised to see that.
Like after the board got stalled, and I was kind of being like, okay, Deathblade usually wins the long game. Eventually, he's gonna win this out. But
The long game against Death and Taxes, I feel like ends up being kind of a coin flip.
I
Like,
feel like Death and Taxes actually has a better long game.
I don't think that either one has a better one.
Okay.
Ooh.
Both of you kind of end up in a stalemate, right? So like, Deathblade has the advantage of having blue, so they can like brainstorm and try to
True
fix
Name.
and try and get a value play, right?
Yeah.
But again, True Name only works if you've got like a solid board lead.
Right.
Death and Texas is just threats and threats and threats and threats.
But if you get a Mother Runes, too.
But not really. Like, Death and Taxes is really basically a bunch of small little dudes that
Well, yeah.
Deathblade just kind of clogs the board too. So, like, neither one can really get through until somebody gets a really good guy. So, like, Death and Taxes gets really strong if they stick a flyer, because Deathblade can't block that anymore. Or if they get a better equipment and can stick it on something that matters,
Yeah.
like Batter Skull or a Sword of Fire and Ice.
Right.
But either of those decks can do that, and if you get into that position where you're the deck that has it, like either one can kind of take the lead in the late game.
Right.
It just depends on who draws in the right place and who gets the right plays to take advantage of the other of
Who
the
can
stall
get that?
board.
Well, it's like who can get the first combat with the Sword of Fire and Ice or with a Jitte that keeps them now
Yeah.
ahead of
Yep.
the curve of whatever
Yeah.
else is going on.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the difference too. Is like, yeah, you may be getting value plays with Brainstorms on the blue side, but you also can get value plays with Recruiters and Flicker Wisps on the other side as well. And ports can bog down a lot of the bigger mana plays on the Deathblade side too. That's
Just
it's
cut them
very
off from mana
interesting.
sources.
It's very very interesting. So we saw, is that a Gideon or is that a Nahiri on Matt's side?
I think it's like. I want to say Gideon. No?
Oh, it's the zombie Gideon. Yeah. It's Gideon. It's just the zombie one from San Diego Comic Con. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's like brains.
So it's just a special art.
Yep.
I haven't actually seen that one.
Well, that was some good games today. Saw a lot of Stoneforge Mystics. It was good. It's good.
Seems like the new.
Seems like the new status quo a little bit. Yeah.
But the good news is, unlike that standard format, there's like a bunch of Stoneblade decks.
Right. There's many different versions. It's not all just the same
Combat.
Mardu vehicles or whatever. Yeah. All right. So I think we're gonna call it a night. Ugh.
Okay.
Wow. Was that the light turned off right as soon as
Yeah,
it
closing
said? Yeah.
time.
Closing time.
You don't have to go home, guys, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
I'm Sean.
Whiskey
That's Rich.
and beer. Yep. Thanks for hanging out. We do this every Friday at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, and we do Legacy on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Also, we have Judge class on Wednesdays around 6, right? 6 o'clock?
6:30.
6:30 Mountain Standard Time. So come hang out, check us out. We also are on Facebook, YouTube, all that fun stuff. So, thanks.
Yep.
Have a
Bye.
wonderful night.